1580 KGAL.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of News Talk 1580 KGAL. Lebanon Warriors basketball is on the air. Today's game is brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center.
Have you given up trying to lose weight? If it seems like nothing
Electric,
delivers on its promises or works for the long term,
Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Leschwab Tires of Lebanon, Beans Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, and by Wilson Motors. Now, get ready for Warriors basketball with all the action. Here are Radio Ray and Scott Landgren live on 1580 KGAL.
Good Friday evening, everybody. Welcome to basketball tonight from Lebanon High School. I'm Ray Pitts. Alongside of me is Scott Landgren. And it's a huge game for the Lebanon Warriors tonight. They're coming off a win the other evening against the Hood River Eagles, 72-55, as they pulled away in a very good, solid fourth quarter. But tonight is a huge game because the opponent is Parkrose, and the Warriors have a chance for their first two-game winning streak in 5 years. So it's no small thing. They may not know that, but of course anybody that follows Lebanon basketball knows there's been a lot of down times. They're playing better. They've been competing better. They competed well on the road against McNary last Friday night, but lost it in the fourth quarter. Tough game to open the season against Springfield. But since then, the last couple of games have been played much better. The loss last Friday, the win on Tuesday night, and hopefully a competitive game against Parkrose. Speaking well for the chance of a competitive game against Parkrose is the fact that a year ago here, they lost in a heartbreak fashion in the last minute by 2 points. Were they still looking for their first win at that point? I know there was a heartbreak loss at the start of the season.
I believe they were. It was 57-55. Parkrose won, and the Warriors had the ball at the buzzer. And I think Alex maybe missed a shot that would have won the game. So I think that was it. I think that was the third or fourth game of the year, so they were still looking for their first win at that time, yeah.
They went on to get their win and break a 46-game losing streak very soon afterwards, if not the very next game. But this is a team against which they competed well last year. I don't know what the freshman score might have been. That's in a gym that's a little bit of a distance, not if you have a lot of time, but it's not right here, so we don't know what happened there except that it was competitive early on in the first quarter. And the junior varsity just finished up a terrific fourth quarter rally when it looked like maybe they were going to be defeated. They were down by 6 about halfway through that fourth quarter, and they came on and won. Was it a 10-point victory? What was that? I didn't write the score down.
It was 66-56, and I think they used about a 20-4 run to close out that game and secure the win.
So the freshmen were playing well against Parkrose. Yes. Whatever happened, maybe the last 3 quarters, but it was into the game. They were playing well. It was back and forth. The junior varsity defeated Parkrose. The Lebanon varsity a year ago played well against Parkrose, so we are hoping for another competitive, close contest tonight, an interesting one. Goes down to the wire. The Warriors can pull off the win, the first winning streak in 5 blessed basketball years.
Yes, it was January 17th of 2007 and January 19th of 2007. They beat South and West Albany, and that was the last time the Warriors had won 2 in a row.
Of 2007?
Yeah.
It's almost 6 years.
That's true. It is almost 6 years. That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
We were giving them a little more credit. And that was in the conference. I would probably have to go back to earlier than that before the non-conference winning streak, but that was the last time that the Warriors had won 2 in a row, and I think they got a really good shot here tonight.
That's true. I was thinking, that same thing, 2007. We're still in 2012, but it's soon to be in a couple of weeks, 6 years.
That's right.
Since a 2-game winning streak. Can they do it tonight? We will cross our Warrior Believer fingers right now. Both teams on the floor warming up. We'll take this break and come back to Lebanon High School. It's the Parkrose, the Punk. I didn't mean that. The Parkrose Broncos tonight, and the Lebanon Warriors. We hope for a good game this evening on KGAL Radio.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
1580 KGAL.
Back here at Lebanon High School, seated here because that first game took so long resting. Hoping to make it past 9 o'clock tonight, which we definitely will go in this game. Parkrose showed up a little late. Of course, they're out of the Portland area. It's a difficult trip. I-5 was, I suppose, just as it is every evening, but boy, it really seemed loaded coming south tonight as I was heading north. Did it? And plus, just like the other night, it rained heavily in some spots, and the visibility was terrible. So it took them a little...
Roster changes right there.
Oh, great. It took them a little while to get down here tonight. The game started late, about 5:30. I came in after 5:30. They were only 1 minute into the first quarter. But again, the junior varsity was happy to wait for them because they picked up the victory by 10, 66-56. But because of the late start, late conclusion, it will be it'll be after 7:30 tonight by the time we start our game. The Parkrose Broncos, an interesting team. Last year, I remember talking about them that they had individual talents, but I didn't feel that night that they played well as a team, that there seemed to be a lot of one-on-one basketball rather than really being interested in, moving without the ball, getting people involved, passing off when somebody was open.
And if I remember correctly, I think there was one guy who was like a big scorer. He had like 20 or something that night, and I think I remember that.
And he pretty much ran the offense and did not look to distribute the ball very much, which really hurt them in the long run. He was good. Yeah. But the Warriors needed just a key on him, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see tonight if they distribute that ball a little bit better. Watching them shoot some of their layups here, they were making a succession of layups, but it seemed like everybody was taking an extra step before they started. So I hope that maybe will continue into the game tonight. Not really any size on Parkrose. The Warriors will be well matched there, as their tallest player is 6'3", Ian Smith. Ian Smith at 6'5". 6'5". Tim Maddox at 6'3", and then 6'1", 6'2". So Ian Smith will be the tallest player on the floor. If he can stay out of foul trouble tonight, maybe he could have a strong game underneath, because there really is no size. 6'1" is listed. 6'2", Kendall Fletcher. Kendall Fletcher will wear number 5. He is a senior. He's 6'2", but then several players at 6'1". Tunga Tokelau, a sophomore at 6'1". Charlie Morgan, 6'1". Chance Surratt at 6'1", so there's really no size there. The Warriors are not going to be outmanned under the boards, which is good, obviously.
That's very good. And if you remember last Tuesday in the Warrior victory, they out-rebounded Hood River Valley, and I fully expect them to do that again tonight. Like you said, the big thing is Ian Smith has to stay out of foul trouble. The last 2 games, he's gotten early fouls, which he's not been able to play the whole game, but I think he can be a force if he stays out of that foul trouble.
Players for Parkrose, they're warming up just below us here. They don't have the jerseys off, but the warm-ups, they are dressed in black this evening, a white stripe on the trunk. The Warriors will be in their home white with the red numerals. For Parkrose tonight, a 0-0. You don't see that too often on the teams.
No, you don't.
They had a 0-0 on the junior varsity. It's not the same individuals, a different name. But Marshawn Edwards, a 5'9" sophomore, wears 0-0. Nino Relaford will be an unusual player in that he will appear with absolutely no number.
Just nothing.
There's no number listed for him on the roster. So if we get somebody we don't know who he is, we will assume that that's Nino Relaford, a 6-foot junior.
Right.
Lavelle Lindsay wears number 1. He's a 5'11" junior, a guard. Number 2 is Colton O'Neill, 5'10", senior guard. 3 is Austin Sario, 5'9" senior guard. Number 4, Caleb Vandermeer, 6-foot sophomore forward. Kendall Fletcher wears number 5. He's the 6'2" senior forward. Chance Surratt, S-U-R-R-A-T-T. Chance, number 10, is a 6'1" junior forward. A 5'11" sophomore guard, Jonathan Boland, wears number 11. Aaron Chow, number 13, is a 5'9" senior guard. Tonga Tokelau, 6'1" sophomore forward, wears number 15. Number 22 is Charlie Morgan, a 6'1" junior forward. And number 23, Raz, an unusual name, R-A-S, Raz.
Yeah, that you don't see that too much.
I've never seen that first name, Raz Man Edwards, a 6-foot sophomore guard. So those are the players whose names we'll be calling sometimes tonight when we figure out who's who once they get the names straight.
That's right.
Those are the names I should be calling tonight, just so you know. And for the Warriors, Jacob McConnell, 5'9" senior. Josh Alley, 5'11" junior. Tevin Denny, 5'10" junior. Ian Smith, 6'5", tallest man on the floor, a sophomore. Isaac Johnson, the 6'3" freshman, son of Kevin Johnson. And we have at length said how well he has played in the last couple of games. And you just hope that he and his dad will be around for 4 years because he really should be something. Colson Shanks, 5'10" junior. Tim Maddox, 6'3" senior. C.J. Hargis, 6'1" junior. Kendall Leopard, 6'2" senior. Tyler Young, a 6'1" junior. Tyler Romeo, 6'1", sophomore. Let's see if any changes here tonight. Number 10 from the junior varsity, Chad Nissen, if he appears, and Skylar Garber, who has appeared a couple of times, wears number 15. That's the deal.
That's the normal ones.
Those are the players to watch here this evening at home on your radio. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Why do we even bother with that? Because they don't know.
I don't know.
But it gives them a visual, an idea.
That's true.
It gives me an idea before the game. And it also kills some time as we're still waiting for this game to start.
That's true. We got 7.5 minutes to kill here.
Yeah, kill a couple of birds with one broadcast stone. Let's take a timeout as both teams are still shooting around in front of us here tonight. The Broncos, the Warriors will match up this evening at Lebanon High School. And, of course, that game is at 1580 KGAL.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
KGAL.
Back here at Lebanon High School as both teams continue to warm up tonight. The clock says about 6 minutes until game time. A different voice on the public address system tonight. Rob Allen, who often does the games with us, of course does our football season with us, is the public address announcer during the basketball season. But he's up at Sweet Home tonight with his disc jockey service.
That's right.
Rob is quite a karaoke performer. He can do a good job.
Yeah.
We went down to Ashland a while back in a night game. It was probably for basketball, might have been baseball. But we came back in the evening, and he was doing vocal imitations of some country singers. They were really spot on.
Yeah?
The kid can sing.
He can sing.
But he's playing the music tonight at Sweet Home, so you'll hear perhaps a different voice on that public address system this evening. You know, last night, I caught only the end of it because, like many things, I forget that it's on, like Thursday night football. I have not seen a game all year except for the Bills in Miami. And Buffalo being my hometown, I did remember that. Every Thursday night, I forget. I also forgot the Duck volleyball game until the final set, which was the 4th set last night. The Ducks were up 2-1. We joined it with the Ducks up about 14-7 in the final game, and they won it like 25-18 or something. I was absolutely amazed. I have not seen volleyball except for occasional the beach volleyball. What's that?
Two people,
person. But they were amazing.
Yeah.
I suppose you go to every sporting event there is in the world.
I don't go to volleyball that much.
Shame on you.
If I was going to watch volleyball, I'd almost rather prefer to watch it like they do in the Olympics with the 2-on-2, the beach volleyball.
Oh, this was terrific.
I mean, I know it is good, but I prefer it with the 2-on-2.
It was just, I could not believe the stops they could make when people would come up and hammer that ball.
Yeah.
And they would go down and get it. And I remember, playing a little pickup volleyball. You did that in PE. Basically, if somebody hit the ball hard, you put your hands up and the ball would go flying in 16 directions.
Yeah.
But that not only save it, they get a soft touch, they get it high in the air, they set up time after time. It was spectacular to watch. I was very impressed by their athleticism, and the Ducks defeated Penn State, which was the #1 ranked team in the nation. The Ducks were seeded 4th in the tournament, so they had to take on #1, and they beat them last night. And now they will go up against Texas tomorrow. Another Oregon school playing those nasty Texans. Of course, the Beavers on the 29th of the month will take on Texas in football. But I was very impressed. I had not thought that volleyball would be that enjoyable.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's crazy what they can do, huh?
And I can see why it was followed so closely this year. I know Oregon won both meetings with Oregon State, and rather handily in volleyball. That's one good team. Well, we are just a couple of minutes away now.
We're getting there.
Is the clock running like it usually does?
It feels like it's going slower, doesn't it?
Is it just me, or is that clock taking its sweet, desperate time to count down tonight? Because both teams are still out warming up. And we should be about ready for the national anthem this evening. The Warriors in their game on Tuesday night, an impressive second half, particularly that fourth quarter in which they pulled away from Hood River. And Scott and I, when the night was done, and Rob Allen, who joined us in carrying some of this ridiculous equipment out of the school that we use here, we saw the bus for Hood River, and I remarked, that is tough. It was whatever, 9:30, whatever it might be. And
it was late that night.
And they're about ready to head back up the Columbia River, up I-84, all the way to Hood River.
Yeah, there was nothing good about that trip.
And you felt really bad for them as they were boarding that bus, except that you wanted to get on board and thank them for coming down because the Warriors had a victory.
This is true.
And I think they traveled because they too are a team that does not excel at basketball. And they're looking for opposition against which they can match up well in their pre-conference season.
Right, and that's what Robbie said in the parking lot. Whenever he was talking, his dad said that, struggling programs will go anywhere where they feel like they have a shot for a win. And obviously they felt like they had a good chance to beat the Warriors because, they've only had, 6 wins since 2007. So, definitely a good chance. And it was a competitive game for most of it, but the Warriors did end up pulling away late.
But you wonder with those youngsters, as you remarked on Tuesday night, what do they do the next morning?
Well, they have to go to school.
You get home, midnight would be good if they got to Hood River by midnight. I'd be surprised.
If, right?
Maybe midnight, 12:30. Get to bed at 1, and they're up the next morning?
Yeah. After that loss, yeah.
It's tough, but we thank them for giving us our first win of the year, and as Scott has remarked, looking for the first 2-game winning streak in 6 years. Both teams heading for the sidelines, so we should get the announcement of the starting lineups tonight. At this point of the year, it's one of the things that's tough for the broadcasters is you don't know who the starting people will be.
Yeah.
You can't find any newspaper articles. I couldn't find any on Parkrose that would give a box score and tell you who the top 5 starters are.
No, me neither.
Not until we get to the conference season after the new year. Let's see if first they pause for the national anthem. I think we will. And I'll leave it up to you, Carissa, back at the station. Carissa Adams, who is our board operator tonight. We're always appreciative of that. If you would like to take a break, you can, or if we can pick up the national anthem, then we can stay here. We'll leave that up to you as they play our national anthem tonight, a recorded version. Oh, no, it's one of the students.
short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Edward Jones specializes in helping individual investors achieve their personal investment goals. Hello, this is Doug Phillips, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor. Please call me to set up an appointment so I can assist you in selecting investments and services that help meet your goals. Call me at 541-451-4000. Member SIPC.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Conegat Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Conegat Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Conegat Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Very nice note.
Yeah, it was.
That tough note at the end, she hit it. And that's one of the cheerleaders who sang the national anthem.
Yeah, and the girl in the black coat that they were doing a duet.
Oh, was it? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Had the headset on here.
That might have been why it was kind of hard to hear, because there was two of them and the microphone was pretty far down.
But a very nice job by whoever hit that last note. Did they both hit the last note?
I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Whatever. It was fine effort tonight by a couple of the Warrior students. Kendall Fletcher, number 5. Number 11, Jonathan Boland, will be a starter. Didn't catch that first number out, and he's got his shirt on. There should be a penalty for that.
There should be.
Tonga Tola, did he say? Tola.
I couldn't hear.
Tonga Tola. And number 24, Michael Herlick. Those will be the 5 starters tonight for the Parkrose Broncos. And the Warriors, coming off a victory the other night, 72-55 over Hood River, looking to extend a winning streak to 2 for the first time since January of 2007.
There you go. It's kind of bad if you say it like that, I guess, but I figured I wanted to know when it was, and I had to find it.
It'd be good.
It would.
Number 1, Jake McConnell. We credited him the other night with incredible hustle. Number 14 is Colson Shanks, who will get the start tonight. Number 21, Tim Maddox. Oh, they have T-shirts to throw to the students there.
And it looks like little hats of some sort.
C.J. Hargis, who is the quarterback from the football team and sort of a quarterback for the basketball team as well. And number 24, Kendall Leopard, who I would call the enforcer under the basket. Those are the 5 Warriors that will start tonight. Just about ready to begin here this evening at Lebanon High School.
Oh, look at down there to our right. A pretty good crowd here tonight, huh?
A little better because it's filled in almost from end to end, although there are some bare spots here in the student section, actually. I think a few less students than there were.
I agree.
We are at the far corner of the gym from the entrance, if you're familiar with the gymnasium here at Lebanon. And our table is set up toward, well, we would be, if we were to walk straight ahead on the floor, we would be just in front of the basket, about halfway between the foul line and the basket, at the far end of the gymnasium from the entrance. That's our broadcast point. And the Warriors will be moving from our end to the right, so they will be shooting at the basket to the farther end from us, left to right. The Broncos in their black uniforms with green numerals as they finally remove the shirts. They will be going from right to left. They will be shooting at the offensive basket just beneath us tonight as Michael Herlick and Tim Maddox will jump center. Michael and Maddox about the same size, although Maddox takes a deep knee bend. Oh, now they
having a little bit of issues deciding where everyone's going to position for the jump here.
That's right. They were looking the wrong way.
Yeah. Very good.
And we're still waiting. And the tip, I think, was controlled by Maddox, but it'll go out of bounds, and was last touched by Tim. No, out of bounds, they'll re-jump.
The re-jump, here we go. We could be here all night with this.
As we start the game tonight at 7:40, tip-off was 7. We're in the third quarter, aren't we?
That's right.
0-0.
0-0.
Again, Maddox in that deep knee bend will try to control it. Instead, Herlick gets it this time, but it is grabbed by the Warriors far into the floor. C.J. Hargis has it intercepted by Parkrose, picked up all the way to the basket. Tonga Tolal picks it, puts it up, or Jonathan Boland picks it up and misses the shot. It's underneath the basket, but C.J. Hargis will pick up a quick foul in the ball game, and it'll be a shooting foul. The other night, at least 10 seconds have elapsed. The other night, Hood River took a shot before any time had elapsed because Tim Maddox dunked the ball, or not Tim Maddox, but Ian Smith.
Yes.
In practice and in the warm-ups, and you can't do that. They don't allow that.
Good to see he did not attempt to dunk the ball here tonight.
So they awarded a technical, and Hood River made both shots and then got the ball to start the game before any time had gone off the clock. Tonight, at least 10 seconds off, as Hargis had to foul Jonathan Boland so that he didn't have an easy layup, but he hits the free throw. So Hargis has the first foul of the night, and Jonathan Boland has the first point of the night, 1-0 Broncos.
Well, Hood River Valley was up 2-0 before, like I said, before the game even started. So maybe this is a good trend here if he makes his second free throw.
No, it comes off. But getting the rebound is Jonathan Boland. Maddox was blocking out another player, but he should have gone after the ball, and Boland came right down the middle and grabbed it. A steal again. On the way to the basket, all the way up and in, and Edwards. It's not Marshawn Edwards, Lavelle Lindsay with the basket, so a steal. And Lindsay was the young man we really saw with the speed to the basket in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
And he took off in backcourt with tremendous acceleration to the basket. The defender was left in the dust, and he will go to the line. The shot is up, no good. And C.J. Hargis with the ball. Hargis for Jake McConnell. Hargis starts a drive, goes down low, spinning towards the basket, putting up a shot, no good, as Ian Smith did not really use the height to great advantage there, got too far under the basket. And Parkrose will bring the ball up. Parkrose on offense. The last time here, as I said, they looked a little sloppy. They can get a lot of people involved, but this time driving to the basket is Kendall Fletcher.
And he was out of control.
Called the charge on Kendall. 5-0, is that?
Yeah,
that's great.
They made a free throw, and then he got the rebound, made a shot, and then they made that second shot and got fouled. So
for some reason I thought it was 4.
5-0.
C.J. Hargis with the ball. C.J. out to the middle of the court, tries to set something up, maybe underneath the Smith. Smith outside for McConnell, across to C.J., center of the floor. Colson Shanks, left side, down low to Kendall, playing right near the bench for the Parkrose Broncos. Warriors' first shot of the night from Kendall Leppard is no good. I think it was a 2-point attempt. He had his foot right on that circle, no good, and rebounded by Parkrose. Look out, here they come. Bounce pass underneath. Michael Herlick puts a layup up, no good, hit the iron. Warriors are fortunate it was not 7-0. Hargis for Colson, back to C.J. Warriors need to break this drought. So many times we've seen them get down early.
Yeah.
Be nice to see them get off to a good start here and break the basketball schneid on this possession. Jake McConnell, far side of the floor, thinks about a 3, won't take it. Warriors just dishing it around the perimeter. C.J. Hargis now well outside. He's the center man. Down low, left corner to Kendall. Kendall goes underneath the Shanks, and he is fouled from behind by Kendall Fletcher. First foul for the Broncos. And it was not in the act of shooting. So C.J. Hargis will inbound the ball under the Warrior offensive basket. And the Warriors will send in a couple of players here as heading off Ian Smith. And Colson Shanks will step out, and Isaac Johnson will be in. The inbounds pass is contested, knocked away, and then it turns into a wrestling match between Isaac Johnson and one of the Broncos, Michael Herlick. And it will be Parkrose ball out of bounds. Possession arrow goes to Parkrose.
Showing a little fight there by Isaac. Well, unfortunately, the Warriors still have that goose egg on the board. Parkrose is playing a zone right now, so they're really blocking off the middle, and the Warriors need to penetrate it.
Who else checked in? I guess Tim was...
Tim Maddox, yeah, because
Tim Maddox.
He checked out
right after the jump.
Yeah. On that second foul.
Parkrose still with a 5-0 advantage, make it 7-0 as just inside the free throw, or just inside the circles. They hit for 2 straight away to the basket. Nice outlet pass to Johnson. Goes to the basket, and he will be fouled
A good fake there.
As he faked a little dish underneath, but driving right along the baseline, put the free throw up, or the layup up, but hit the bottom of the basket, but was fouled. And he will go to the line. So a good chance here for the Warriors to finally break the drought, and they don't. First free throw, no good. It's still 7-0 and 5:36 remaining in the first quarter. We hope for a closely contested game tonight and truly believe it can be, but they've got to get started here, and they missed 2 free throws, and the rebound comes to Parkrose, and here they come the other way. Jonathan Boland all the way to the basket, puts a shot up, no good. Boland gets his own rebound, and now comes back outside.
Parkrose doing a really great job of crashing the board. 6-2 right now in favor of Parkrose.
They don't have a 13, so we'll assume that's Relaford, who had no number. A shot by Jonathan Boland is good for 3, make it 10-0 just below us. And they steal the ball on the outlet pass. The shot no good, and the rebound goes to C.J. Hargis. Again, the Warriors are lucky that a couple of times tonight Parkrose has missed some easy layups. They still lead at 10-0. Jake McConnell tried to bounce the ball inside to Isaac Johnson. He bounces it off the feet of one of the Bronco defenders. It'll be out of bounds. Warrior ball and a Warrior timeout with the score 10-0. Parkrose, I believe it's a 30-second. They haven't. 30-second timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. 10-0 Parkrose. 4:59 remaining in the first quarter on KGAL.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
At Walmart, you'll find lower prices always. That's their pledge to you. And now with the Walmart Superstore, that means you'll find lower prices on just about anything that might possibly be on your shopping list. Walmart, bringing you what you want. Lower prices.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
All right, then, down to serious business now. Take off the sweatshirt.
That's right.
I'm ready to go in if they need me, and they do right now. The Warriors down 10-0, and with the ball, Jake McConnell, right side baseline. Out to C.J. Hargis, back to McConnell. Trying to look underneath. They've not gotten an easy shot yet tonight, and obviously have not made any of their shots. Hargis in the middle of the floor. McConnell on the right side. Back to Hargis. Again, looking underneath. Can't find an opening. McConnell will shoot for 3, and it is no good, and is he fouled?
He
stepped on his foot. So Jake McConnell will go to the line for what should be 3 shots here. And the Warriors, I would think, with Jake at the line, will finally break the drought. Maybe even, hopefully, they can pick up 3 points. Not easy.
Well, if nothing's going right for the Warriors right now, obviously, but the one thing that is...
Yes, 10.
There we go. Is Parkrose has 4 fouls, and we're 4.5 minutes to play in the first here. McConnell's second free throw is no good. So it's 10-1. But they have 4 fouls, which is a good thing if the Warriors can start making their free throws. Unfortunately, they're 1 of 4, though, at the line right now.
Well, I don't know why we lost our signal.
Not sure.
Here, we may have been on the air, but we couldn't hear.
I was talking, so I hope we were on the air.
The reason is that radio has an automatic alarm for if you sleep. It goes off after 90 minutes. We've been here so long. I don't think I took that automatic alarm off. So
That's
after
right.
90 minutes, it goes off. I think that was the problem. It's 10-1, and Jake McConnell, there was a timeout here for a look at the knee of one. I don't know if there is blood or if they wonder if it is bleeding. He'd have to go to the sidelines.
I'm not sure. He's got some... I think he's got some long socks on, and then he's got also like a sort of Under Armour on the legs there, and then they're taking on to the locker room, and that's Boland, who's their leading scorer with 8 points right now. So that's not a bad thing for the Warriors.
I'm not sure. I don't know how that would interfere with the dress code for basketball, long socks, but they were looking at something on there. Maybe, I don't think he was hurt. Well, he's in the locker room, and Jake McConnell hits 2 of 3 free throws, and it's 10-2.
Well, the Warriors need to take advantage now with him out of the game.
And there'll be a blocking foul called on the Warriors.
If that's Jacob, that's his second personal, and it is.
4:31 remaining.
And that's big.
Second personal for Jake McConnell. Third foul for the Warriors. 4. on Parkrose, who have a commanding 10-2 lead almost halfway through the first quarter. The Warriors have not scored from the field, only 2 free throws by Jake McConnell. Here's Michael Hurlick just below us, guarded by Hargis. Out in the middle to Lavelle Lindsay. Lindsay loses the handle, gets it just before it goes out of bounds, tries to save the ball. Now it's on the floor, double team, but does get it to his teammate, Tonga Tokelau.
A travel there.
And a travel is called. A travel on Tokelau, Tonga Tokelau, T-O-K-E-L-A-U. Tokelau, I guess, is what they call him in their warm-up, Tokelau.
Well, right now, Parkrose has just too much speed for the Warriors to defend.
Here's Colson Shanks at the other end. He's in trouble. Boy, he got bashed, but they stole the ball from him. Now a pass is intercepted by Isaac to the basket. They needed that.
Yes, they did, desperately.
Isaac Johnson stepped right into the passing lane, made a steal and an easy layup, 10-4. Warriors within 6. But they have the last 4 points of the game. 3:47 remaining first quarter. Tokelau just below us, double team. Back outside to Michael Hurlick. Across the floor to Lavelle Lindsay. Lindsay guarded by Johnson. Just in front of the Warrior bench with Relaford. We assume is number 13. He did not have a number on the roster. Shot no good. Rebound. Lindsay shot no good. Rebounded by Johnson. He's got to look at the basket. All the way in. Splits.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Defenders to each side right there in the paint, and he just went right between them with a good burst of speed and made it 10-6. Warriors with 6 points in a row, now down by just 4. And look very active now on defense as Kevin Johnson exhorts them from the sidelines. 3:06 remaining in the first quarter. Here's a drive to the basket by Relaford. He puts a shot up, no good.
Wild
right
shot.
Over the basket. Hargis with the rebound. Hargis, Colson Shanks, left side. Back to Hargis, and the Warriors will slow things down. Shanks thought about the three. He will take it. It is no good. Off the iron. Rebound. And over the back, Isaac Johnson is going to be called for a foul as he came over the basket, over the back of Michael Hurlick, trying to get the rebound.
That's a good call.
And that will be the first foul on Isaac and the 4th team foul. So the Warriors and the Broncos now even in team fouls at 4. But the Warriors still on a 6-0 run. 2:47 remaining first quarter. Clock starts to run. Warriors down by 4. They were down by 10. 10-0 to start the game. Driving, Tokelau, they get it underneath to him, puts the shot up, no good, and the rebound to Isaac Johnson. Johnson quickly in transition, loses the ball, knocked away by Hurlick, and he's able to retrieve it at the other end before it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Isaac just wasn't paying attention there.
Lavelle Lindsay gets a little bit of a screen, stops inside the circles, puts up a jump shot, no good. 3 Warriors are there, and getting the rebound is Ian Smith. Warriors still with a chance to have an 8-0 run if they can hit here. Johnson for 3, no, air ball, just shy of the basket and goes out of bounds.
That was a forced shot by Isaac. He didn't really have to take that 3 there, but he thought he did.
Might have had a little room to move in before shooting, but he wanted the 3.
Forced it, and it came up short.
So 2:06 remaining, and now Parkrose with the ball. Caleb Vandermeer, Lavelle Lindsay, guarded by Isaac Johnson, tries to tip the ball away, can't do it. Backing up is Lindsay. Lindsay still near center court. A couple more steps, he'd be in backcourt. Johnson has him pinned to the sidelines. This pass is stolen by Hargis. A quick inbounds to Johnson, and he will be fouled. Johnson did a good job of double teaming, and because of that, the pass then to a teammate was stolen by Hargis.
And Boland's coming back in, and he doesn't have the high sock things anymore, so I don't know.
Are you familiar with anything in what they might have been looking for under the socks?
Maybe they thought something was under there. I'm not sure, but
they did look under the sock, and we saw them pull the sock away from the knee. That's why I thought maybe he was injured.
I don't know if it's a new rule or something, because I know used to be in the NBA, there was players that had the high socks. I think Jason Terry still does, doesn't he? He wears the high socks, so I'm not sure. They must have felt like there was something there.
But that was really high. I mean, they were up to the knee. They were more like knee protectors.
Yeah.
But there is a timeout on the floor, 1:43 to go. Nice steal by the Warriors. Johnson tied up his man at the sideline, and he could not get away, and he threw a desperation pass to his teammate, and C.J. Hargis instead stepped in and got the steal. So the Warriors still with a chance maybe to even finish the quarter on an 8-0 run. They're down 10-6, 1:43 to go with timeout. Enjoy your favorite delectable candies from Victorian Chocolate Company. They're at the Bright Purple building near Ralston Park in Lebanon. You can order them online for your ease. Victorian-chocolate.com is the website. Your Steel and Husqvarna headquarters in the Valley, Cascade Outdoor Power Equipment. Find them at Cascade Outdoor Power Equipment near the airport on Airway Road in Lebanon. Perhaps Saturday, if you have some outdoor work, Steel and Husqvarna dealer, Cascade Outdoor Power Equipment. The officials talk things over. One of them says something to the other official, who goes down low. And right at about the center of the court, C.J. Hargis will inbound the ball to Isaac Johnson, right at the Warrior logo in the center of the floor. Johnson, right side. Stops the dribble, gives it back to Hargis. Hargis bounce pass to Johnson, starts a drive along the baseline, puts it up and in. Oh, beautiful shot. He drove the baseline and then twisted and turned.
I don't think he had to have that twist, but it was nice, wasn't it?
And he put it up with his back to the basket, banged it off the glass and in. A pretty shot, 10-8. Warriors on an 8-0 run. Here's Vandermeer. Shot no good. Rebound, though, comes to Parkrose. Outside. The shot is no good by Lavelle Lindsay. They try to save it, and they do. Nice job.
Yeah, very nice.
By Tonga Toklaw as he jumped out of bounds without stepping out of bounds and banged it off the body of Kendall Leopard. So Parkrose will keep the ball. The Broncos down by 2. They haven't scored since yesterday. They were up 10-0. It's now 10-8. Here's Toklaw. Puts a little fake on Smith. Drives along the baseline and stepped out of bounds. That's what you get for faking one of the Warriors.
That's right.
You pay the penalty.
And the Warriors have a chance here to tie or take the lead, believe it or not.
1:01 remaining as the clock will start as they inbound it, and C.J. Hargis does that to Colson Shanks. Back to Hargis into front court. Now he's double teamed. Look out, double team. They're grabbing for the ball. He gets it to Johnson with a drive to the basket. Knocked away. It will be Warrior ball. Nice defense. I think it was Toklaw who was able to get away from a Warrior trying to block him out underneath and step towards Johnson and knock it out of bounds. Otherwise, he would have been home free to the basket. Outside to Johnson. Fakes his man. Cross court for Shanks for 3. No, off the iron, no good. The rebound, though, is tipped back to Shanks. To Hargis. Hargis will drive the baseline, puts up a floater, air ball, and there'll be a push underneath.
That's got to be a charge on the CJ there.
Is it a charge?
I think it is.
I thought he put up that ball long before he ran into anybody, but...
Yep, CJ, that's his second.
I didn't think he ran into anyone, and they didn't give the usual charge call. It's more of a push contact. But it would be a charge since he was dribbling. But the foul is on CJ, and it's his second, and even again it follows, 5 apiece. So the Warriors miss a chance to tie at 10 after being down 10-0 quickly in this game.
And unfortunately, that's big because now Jacob McConnell and C.J. Hargis both are on the bench with 2 fouls.
And Parkrose, quiet for a long time, brings the ball into front court. Lindsay gets a little bit of a screen, and he palms the ball. They did that a couple of times in the junior varsity game. Their players got called for that. And I also thought a few times as they started dribbles that they got away with it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say got away with it. Sometimes it's tough to discern. But bringing that right hand over the top of the ball. Johnson to Colson Shanks. Shanks bounce pass. Dangerous one to Leopard, but he's going to try to drive to the basket. He does. Puts it in. And the Warriors are tied at 10, and he is fouled. They could take the lead. Isaac, I was surprised, was able to force that ball. Well, I shouldn't say force. He saw an opening.
That's all you need.
He pushed the ball into Leopard right around the top of the free throw line. And Leopard, who is sizable, just rolled down right to the right underneath the basket, put it up and in. Nobody wanted to get in his way, and you can see why. Shot, rolls the line, tantalizing, but goes out of bounds, so we're tied at 10. Leopard tries for the steal. Now it's on the floor. Tries for a save, and it's out of bounds.
And they got it. Warriors got it, they say.
Wow. And credit Kendall Leopard, then. He did save it off of one of the Parkrose players.
Yeah.
I thought he had stepped out of bounds as he grabbed it, but he was able to stay in bounds, reach, grab the ball, bounce it off a Parkrose player. The Warriors with a 10-10 tie. Could they take the lead before the end of the first quarter? 14 seconds. Johnson pulls up for a 3. Air ball, no good. Rebound. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, okay.
As they tried to come up with the rebound, Skylar Garber not able to come up with it. The ball goes out of bounds, and 10 seconds left. Parkrose should have noted when Parkrose hit the 10-0 score. It's been a long time, certainly for half of the quarter.
I think it was 4:55. It was 10-0. Kevin Johnson took a timeout.
So almost 5 minutes without a score. 7 seconds, 6. Lavelle Lindsay gets a little screen. Long three, no at the buzzer off of Garber out of bounds, and that will end the first quarter. There were 2 halves in the first quarter. The first half of the quarter.
That's right.
About 4 minutes worth were 10 points for Parkrose, and the last 4 minutes, 10 points for the Warriors. And so, as we expected, we thought this game might be even in a battle. It is after one quarter, 10-10. Broncos, Warriors tonight will continue on KGAL.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes? Or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lane's in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
The place to bowl is Lynn Lane's Bowling Center on South Main Road in Lebanon. And the people are real nice. And the Head Pin Restaurant, I'd go there even if the bowling alley wasn't attached.
Good family fun. Bowling.
KGAL.
Wow, what a first quarter. If they're all like this, we should be worn out.
2 10-0 runs. One first by Parkrose and then the second one by the Warriors.
So we're tied at 10 to start the second quarter, and C.J. Hargis will take the ball on the inbound. Throws to Jake McConnell on the right side. Hargis, they called it
3 in the key.
Oh, 3 in the key. I didn't see what he was calling from behind here. I couldn't see a foul on C.J. Hargis, who had the ball.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who's in there in the key? Kendall?
It was Tim Maddox.
Parkrose with the ball. Drive to the basket, and Leopard. Whoa, charge. Leopard got the block, and a charge is called. And I don't remember who was driving for Parkrose.
Boland.
Jonathan?
Yeah.
Jonathan Boland, number 11. For a second, you thought maybe Leopard picked up the foul as he reached from behind Boland, but got the ball, blocked it, and Boland was called for a charge.
And that's the 7th foul, so every foul after now, the Warriors will be shooting.
Hargis, nice little spin moves, picks up a screen from Leopard. It's tough when you run into Kendall Leopard. You're not going to move him.
No.
Here's Tim Maddox. Maddox, a little trouble, puts the ball on the floor, and there's going to be a foul and a reach on Lavelle Lindsay, and that will be the 8th foul. And the Warriors will have a chance to take the lead again, as they did in that first quarter after being down 10-0.
They're going to have
1-1.
Yeah, they're going to have the advantage of shooting for at least a little bit here, but they got to take advantage of it. 2 of 6 at the line so far tonight.
8 fouls on the Broncos, 5 for the Warriors. Maddox takes his time, and he hits, and the Warriors have a lead at 11-10. So an 11-0 run after about the 3 minutes had elapsed, the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Maddox with 2 shots, 12-10 Warriors, 12-0 run.
I guess we could say that was a smart timeout at that juncture with Kevin Johnson called it, because they're on a 12-0 run since then.
Parkrose with the ball. Again, they're shooting just below us here as we're at the far end of the gym from the entrance. Far side for Kendall Fletcher. Back to Jonathan Boland. Boland out near the scorer's table here. Fletcher, far side right near the Warrior bench. Dangerous pass. Does get it to Lavelle Lindsay. Lindsay looks for a little bit of a block. Wants to take the 3. Takes it from the outside. Again, no good. Rebound, though, to Jacob McConnell. To Hargis. Hargis may try to run all the way down the floor. Gives it to Shanks. Shanks driving to the basket. Let's see what they call here. There's a Parkrose player on the floor, and it's going to be...
I think it's going to be another charge on the CJ.
Let's see who picked up the foul. As they pointed underneath the basket to see if there was a push under the basket or whether Kevin Johnson is talking with the official. But you're right, Hargis will be the player of choice for the foul. That will be his 3rd.
And I think there was a technical, too. And a technical on CJ as well. So he has 4 fouls now.
4 fouls. And Kevin Johnson knows that hurts, and he's talking with the official. I think he'd like to know what he did.
Yeah.
What CJ did. I'm surprised again. I thought maybe the foul was away from the ball because there was somebody on the floor that was not near Hargis under the basket. From Parkrose, they got knocked down.
Well, he must have said something to the official because, I don't know.
Well, he got called for his second charge, and apparently he was upset.
Yeah. That one didn't really look... The first one, I could see a little bit of justice there as he misses the free throw. The first one I could see because he was really out of control. That one didn't look like a charge to me.
I didn't think so either. That's why I thought the foul was away from C.J. Hargis. Then he said something. Well, it says 3 fouls on there. They had 4. They had run up the 4th.
They did. Well, it
should be 4.
It should be 4.
If he got called for the technical. And he did because they hit the second shot. It's 12-11 and they will have the ball. So obviously it had to be, he was the one for the technical. No other number has gone up there as if somebody else got angry. Well, but they still only have 3 fouls for him on the board. And maybe the official who is at the scorer's table now, maybe he will discuss that with the scorekeeper.
And that's big for the Warriors because he's the primary ball handler out there. And, now that job, I think, is going to fall on Isaac Johnson. They're having some issues on the scoreboard like they did on Tuesday night. But I think it's going to be 4. It should be 4.
They're trying to figure out the number of fouls, and 23-4, yes.
Here we go.
Number 23, Hargis. They placed the 4th foul up there.
Yeah.
And they also need to enter 2 fouls on the board, which gives the Warriors 7. So they had to make changes on both. 4 fouls on C.J. Hargis, 17 fouls. Parkrose with the ball after the technical. They made 1 of 2, and they have the ball. Lindsey starts to drive. He's got some good speed. Tries to dish it right in the center. Instead, he dishes it to Isaac Johnson. Isaac contending with LaVelle Lindsey. Somehow gets through several players and then throws the ball too hard for Kendall Leopard and too high off the hands of Leopard. And I'm not sure Kendall was expecting a pass that quickly from Isaac as he was twisting and turning right near the paint.
I don't think so. That's a shame because, like you said, that was a great effort by Isaac there.
Well, 3 players tried to steal the ball from him, and he just kept spinning to get away each time.
Yeah, just keep spinning.
Tonga Tokelau goes underneath to Fletcher. Fletcher back outside. They go into the corner for LaVelle Lindsey. Lindsey's got great speed to the basket. He and Bolin, who has the ball now, who had to take off his socks in the locker room. Here's a shot by Vandermeer for 3. He hit it. Count it. And he is fouled.
That's unfortunate.
It's 14-12 as Parkrose grabs the lead, and they will go to the free throw line.
You never want to foul somebody shooting a 3, but especially if they make the 3, Ray.
Caleb Vandermeer, a sophomore, hit that 3. And he will go to the line. So Parkrose, after being up 10-0, saw the Warriors take a lead of 12-10. They now lead at 15-12. 5-0 run for Parkrose. 10-point run for them. Then a 12-point run for the Warriors. Now a 5-point run for Parkrose. And a reach-in by Jonathan Bolin against Isaac Johnson. So Isaac will now go to the line.
Well, how many times have you heard the saying, basketball is a game of runs? Hopefully the Warriors start one here.
Isaac missed his 2 free throws tonight. He's 0 for 2. The Warriors suddenly down by 3 again. As he sets, and he does not hit the front end of a 1-and-1. Knocked away by Maddox, though, and coming up with it is Tyler Romeo. He put up kind of an off-balance shot, and the rebound comes to Parkrose, and again, that hand over the top, carrying the ball, is called against LaVelle Lindsey. He's got great speed, but you see that right hand come over the top of the ball when he starts dribbling.
Can't do it.
And as I said, I thought a couple of players did that for Parkrose in the junior varsity game. They get a little fancy with the dribble. 15-12, Warriors with the ball. 5:56 remaining second quarter. Colson Shanks in front of the Parkrose bench. Bounce pass to Romeo. Romeo just outside the paint, puts up a shot. Hits the glass, comes off into the hands of Isaac Johnson, and he is fouled again. He is 0 for 3 from the line.
Well, let's see, is that on Boland again?
2 shots.
It is. That's Boland's third.
So Jonathan Boland, who is a good ball handler, will pick up his third. And Isaac hits the first one tonight. So the Warriors get within 2 at 15-13 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play tonight. Does he hit both? Yes, he does. 15-14.
8 points for Isaac in the game.
And now 2 for 5 from the line after missing the first 3. Parkrose with the ball. Fletcher for Lindsay. Lindsay to Boland. Boland still with the 3 fouls. Did not sit down. They want to keep him in the game. Boland from the outside thought about the 3. Vandermeer down low. They try to go inside. Instead, it goes right through Kokolau.
Wow.
And then off the hands of Maddox and back to Vandermeer, who charges, and there's players on the floor. And let's see if it's just a matter of a scramble for the ball. There's going to be a foul called, and that foul is going against the Warriors. Several players hit the floor, but they were both, and they were from Parkrose. The foul will be on Tim Maddox, his first. It'll be the 9th foul for the Warriors, so it is, of course, a 1-and-1. Going to the line will be Tonga Toklau.
Tonga.
One of the Rag Boys. Trying to think of a better, more glamorous term.
Well,
the Towel Boys.
The Towel, there you
Towel
go.
Boys.
That's good.
Better. That's better.
The Towel Boys.
And, they're excited to be on the court. I said that last year. I bet it's a big moment for them.
Yeah.
Because they're wiping perspiration from the floor after those 2 Parkrose players hit the floor. It is warm in here tonight.
It is. I just had to take my jacket off there.
15-14. Tonga Toklau sets, shoots, and does not hit. And the Warriors,
that's got it.
Tyler Romeo tipped the ball, but he's going to be somebody over his back, and that may be Boland.
And that's 4.
Boland has his hands on his head, and he's heading for the sidelines. He knows he's out. That would be his 4th, and let's see. It's got to be. It is.
I was just about to say that Coach was probably leaving him in there because what year is he? Is he a senior? Boland? Let me see here.
Number 11 is a sophomore?
Sophomore. Well, then he just must be the best ball handler on the team, so they kept him in there.
He will stay out there at least for now for the free throws, and then he'll go out. Shot no good by Tyler Romeo. Warriors still down 15-14. Now as Boland settles.
Coach is probably talking to him right now. He's saying you have to be smart in that situation. You can't get your 4th foul because that really hurts him.
He tried to get the rebound and went over the back of Tyler Romeo, who has missed the first free throw. To shoot a second again. Kevin Johnson talking with the official. And the official with whom he conversed goes and converses with the other official. At this point, they should run upstairs and tell us what it is. There's nothing that is evident.
There's been a lot of chit-chatting going on down there, isn't there?
Certainly has. And nothing. Kevin shakes his head over on the bench as he talks with one of his assistants.
I don't know.
So he doesn't like the results of that trial.
No.
Tyler Romeo will try to hit the second free throw. Yes, he does. And we're tied at 15. It's a battle. 5:27 remaining. Clock starts again here in the second quarter tonight at Lebanon High School. Isaac Johnson awaits the ball handler. Lavelle Lindsay in front court. Fletcher. Lindsay. Just to the right of the Warrior logo at midcourt. Lindsay up top tried to fake Johnson. He wouldn't fall for it. Aaron Shaw cross court for Fletcher. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay again not able to fake Johnson. The shot for 3 by Chow is no good, and Tim Maddox corrals the rebound. The Warriors, dangerous pass to Jacob McConnell. McConnell bounce pass for Tyler Romeo. Shot for 2, no good. Rebound, Maddox fights for it. Goes over his shoulders and into the hands of Tonga Toklau.
Couldn't get the squeeze it part of it. He had it through his hands, but he just couldn't squeeze it.
Couldn't squeeze it with his shoulder.
No.
That's tough.
It would have been a tough rebound.
You got to put it between your neck and your head.
Yeah.
Here's Toklau. Comes outside to Chow. Again, he'll try the 3, and this time he hits.
But they're taking a lot of threes tonight.
Aaron didn't hit the first one, so he tried again just below us. Left side of the basket, 18-15, and Johnson is in a little bit of trouble, but he'll be fouled as they assist him.
At the rate in which they're calling fouls, I'm not sure we'll have enough players to finish this game, Ray.
Whistle's been blowing a lot.
It has.
That one will be on Aaron Chow, who just hit the 3. At the other end, he commits the foul, his second. And the Warriors are in the double bonus here. So Isaac Johnson, who missed his first 3, hit his last 2, tries again, and does not hit. Warriors down by 3. But they are in the double bonus as Tim Maddox will check out, and Kendall Leopard comes in. Jake McConnell Colson Shanks, Kendall Leppert, Isaac Johnson, and Tyler Romeo in for the Warriors, and Isaac hits the second. 18-16, the lead is 2 for Parkrose, and 4:21 remaining before the half. Kendall Fletcher for 3, he got it. 21-16, lead is 5. They're hitting some threes.
Going to be in trouble if Parkrose continues to hit their threes.
McConnell double team, got it to Johnson, and Johnson traveled, trying to put a move on his man, and the turnover will give it back to Parkrose. They had a 10-0 lead. 5 now becomes their largest lead since the Warriors responded with the 10-0 lead with 12 points, 10 of them in the first quarter and the first 2 of the second. And now as the lead is built up to 5, Tyler Romeo comes out, and let's see who has checked in for the Warriors. Tevin Denny will be in the game.
So this is a big possession for the Warriors here to get a stop. You know, there's 4 minutes to go before the half.
Down by 5, Lavelle Lindsay dishes to his teammate Fletcher in front of the Warrior bench. Back to Tokelau. He wants to start a drive. Instead, they'll call the charge.
Well, I would hope so.
As Tunga tangled with Kendall Leppert.
I mean, he lowered the shoulder and went boom in there.
A lesson for Tunga. Don't tangle with Kendall.
There you go.
If he's standing still. And he was. So Tunga commits the charge, and the Parkrose lead remains at 5. And the Warriors, a little discussion with the official. What are they talking?
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, what are you talking about? We'd like to know up here. Warriors with the ball. Johnson again, they pick him up. Chow, and now he's double teamed, loses it off his feet, dishes it to Chow. They got to get it in the front court. They do it to McConnell, drives to the basket, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound Leppert. Leppert puts it up, and he is fouled. And I think Jacob McConnell is lucky he didn't get called for a charge that time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was Kendall Fletcher. I don't know if Fletcher was moving, but somebody probably should have picked up the foul there, and I would have thought it might have been Jacob. But the action continued. Warriors missed a shot. Leppert got the rebound. He couldn't make it, but he was fouled, and he will have 2 shots. And can the Warriors get closer from the free throw line? The first answer is no.
Now 8 of 16 from the line right now.
Another tough night from the line. For a complete fitness experience with cardio machines and weight training, check out Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness. They're open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Whenever you want to work out, you can. Look for Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness on Sherman Street in Lebanon. Maybe something to think about as a gift certificate for someone for the New Year. Second shot, no good. 8 of 17. And now the Warriors, and that may be Isaac Johnson picking up his third as he came over the back of Kendall Leppert, and I fear it may be. And that will be the 10th foul, and it will be a double bonus now for Parkrose as well. The Warriors did not take advantage. No, it's his second. I thought he had 2, Scott. That's his second.
Yeah,
no,
that's just a second.
That's better. 2 on Isaac Johnson. But the Warriors have only made 8 of 17 from the free throw line, and now Parkrose has the benefit of 2 and probably a good shooter in Tokelau who hits the first. No, it's Fletcher, number 5. Kendall Fletcher. 22-16. So at 6, the largest lead since Parkrose had a 10-0 advantage 3 minutes into the game, and they have a 7-point advantage at 23-16. Building that lead up again. Warriors need to make a run here. Leppert starts a drive along the baseline, puts up a little floater, and got it to go. Very pretty shot. And a tough one over Kendall Fletcher, who was standing right in front of him. He had to put a floater up from the baseline without using the glass. Not easy.
And a good job not fouling there.
23-18. Stopped just before he collided with Fletcher. Nice job by Kendall.
See if the Warriors got a little run in them here in the last three minutes.
We're going to call a block here on one of the Warriors on the far side. Let's see who picks that up with 3:10 remaining, as they're still taking their time. No, it's
offensive?
You can't get an offensive block.
No, I know, but the Warriors have the ball right now.
They do. They're going to, and the coach for Parkrose is asking what is the meaning of this, and they're talking.
Let's see.
He called a block, and that was definitely the signal for a block, so and that should go on the defense.
Kendall Fletcher picked up his third.
But that's Fletcher. Apparently he meant a charge. That's the only thing I can assume.
I would guess.
Fletcher charged, and that is his third. Offensive foul, so the Warriors not shooting. And oh my gosh, on an offensive shot or foul, you don't get to go to the free throw line, but they will now as somebody just killed poor Tevin Denny.
Yeah, Tevin Denny's not that big, and he just got leveled there. Blindsided, pretty much.
This was South Park. Boop, they killed Denny. Devin is all right, but boy, he took a shot to the floor. That was a collision. So he's shooting 2. Can the Warriors hit some free throws? Yes. 23-19. 2:55 remaining as the clock stops for the free throws. Tyler and Romeo is in the game, and so is Ian Smith.
The foul was on Fletcher, so he's got 4 in the game. Also, 3 people with 4 fouls in the first half.
Along with Leopard, Denny, and McConnell for the Warriors as Tevin shoots, and he hits both. Good job. 23-20.
Bless Tevin Denny there.
In the game, Marshawn Edwards with the number 0 on his back.
Here we go.
Knocks it away to the basket. Can he get it? Yes, he does. 23-22. Ian right near midcourt, knocked the ball away, knocked it into front court, and then beat the defender to it and hit the layup.
He's got really long arms. That helps him there.
Lindsay dishes underneath for Fletcher. Fletcher has it stripped away by Denny.
Oh, they'll take that.
Smith. Smith wants to drive.
Slow it down.
Trying to get to the basket. He does, puts it up. And will they call the charge? Yes, they will.
Oh, they got to there.
That time, absolutely. Although the defender, I thought maybe was moving a little bit, but he was out of. It was a Regis moment.
It was a Regis moment. That's why I told him to slow it down there. He didn't need to go down there by himself. He should have waited and set up the offense.
But don't you think the defender moved?
Yeah, I do, but I think Smith was more out of control.
But the defender moved.
Well, I know, but
you're not out of control if you don't run into somebody who's stationary.
I don't know.
Although he was headed for him, and the defender moved to protect himself.
I thought there was contact there.
But he did move. All right, here's Parkrose with the ball. Warriors full court pressure. Parkrose manages to break it, and Lindsay puts up a shot, and Lindsay runs down Kendall Leopard, and this time they will call the block.
Well, now I don't know how you can call that one.
And Leopard is angry. He got hit from behind.
I really do not know how you can call that one.
And Kevin is up.
And this is starting to get ridiculous, Ray. This is starting to get ridiculous.
They're talking with the official again.
We are upwards of 30 fouls in the first half here.
Is that a make good? Because the last time he called a block, which had to be defensively against the Warriors, the Parkrose coach was up because it went against Parkrose, unless he made a mistake.
It could have been. There are those that are make-up calls, as you say.
It was on Tyler Romeo, by the way. It was not on Leopard. It was on Tyler Romeo with the block. Warriors almost have the ball stolen, but Denny has it outside of Leopard. Leopard tries to go underneath. Not a good idea. 3 Parkrose players there, and it winds up in the hands of Marshawn Edwards. Edwards to Lavelle Lindsay. Lindsay puts up a little jumper, won't go, and they call the charge on Lavelle Lindsay.
Ray, I have never seen anything like this. I've seen a few basketball games in my day, and I have never seen. I'm going to have to count and see how many fouls we have at halftime.
That's only the second on Lavelle Lindsay.
So we got that going.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's that few. What's he been doing?
He hasn't been playing that much, I guess.
He's been in there. He just hasn't been committing the fouls. So the Warriors will inbound. Again, that's an offensive foul, so the Warriors do not go to the free throw line. We'll see if anybody still gets the advantage. Both teams in the double bonus. 1:49 to go. First half, 3-point Parkrose lead, but Warriors with the ball. McConnell not obstructed in front court. Dishes down to Josh Alley, to Smith, to McConnell. For Tyler Romeo. Romeo in the corner with a shot for 3 by Josh Alley. And the Warriors have tied it at 25. Another Warrior run. We're tied again. Lindsay,
that's got to be offensive.
Out of control. Charge!
You got that one right.
Whoa!
Well, there you go. He's got 3 fouls now.
Whoa, basketball, Nelly. Lindsay is now with 3. He came crashing in the middle.
I hope some JV players have some playing time left because we're going to foul everybody out of this game.
And both sides really do. I mean, they're taking the ball down with anything or high water, they want to get down to the basket, and they're running into people.
They are.
And particularly Parkrose in the last few minutes. They've got good ball handlers, but they want to get right through.
Right. Well, they're just trying to drive through everybody, and unfortunately, you can't do that.
Tied at 25. Tied at 10 after the first quarter. Will we be tied at the half? Warriors with a chance to regain the lead after being down by 7. They were down 10-0 to start the game. They were down 7 here, 23-16. Here's Smith with the ball. Smith dishes it outside. The shot up. It is in by Kevin Denny for 2 points inside the circles. He's had a nice touch. Kevin Denny hits, and the Warriors do have the lead by 2 with exactly 1 minute to remain in the first half. Here's Kendall Fletcher, gets a little bit of a screen, but right along the sidelines. Did he step out? No, they're going to call a push this time on the Warriors.
There was a foul. Of course there was a foul.
A tie-up on the sideline, a little scramble over there, and they'll call a push. Let's see who's going to pick this up. Jacob McConnell has picked up his third.
No, that one, Ian Smith, they say.
Number 1 was still on the board, but that was the Lindsey foul. It is Ian Smith. Ian Smith with his second.
Well, that's good. He only has 2. He's good to go for the second half.
He's fine. He can hit a few people in the second half.
Yeah. He's got fouls to give. Whoa.
And the shot is no good.
That was like a fastball there.
Colton O'Neill in the game for the first time tonight. He's the young man who was fouled. Pushed on the sideline right near the Warrior bench. There's a little scramble over there. It's tough to tell who was fouling whom.
You have to wonder how much playing time Colton O'Neill gets during the year.
He missed the first free throw, and he misses the second. Scrambles for the rebound. He comes in, he gets it, he loses it. It's knocked away by the Warriors, knocked away by Romeo. Tim Maddox controls it. Boy, this is crazy. I mean, there's just bodies all over the place here.
Yeah.
Here's McConnell with the ball. McConnell right in the circle, and the Warrior Indian right at midcourt. Kevin Denny, cross court to McConnell. Swing it low. Alley into Maddox, just outside the key. Tries to get it into Romeo, and he's tied up. And the arrow will belong to Parkrose.
That was just a bad offensive possession for the Warriors there. They just never really got anything set, it seemed like.
It was terrible. They didn't get fouled, did they?
Yeah, that's true also. Didn't seem like they ever got into a rhythm. They were just passing the ball, and everyone was getting doubled, it seemed like.
Here's Aaron Chow dribbling. He wants to go to the basket. He does. He dishes off, and did he travel first?
Nope.
No, they're going to call a foul on a reach-in on the Warriors. So the Warriors will be sending Parkrose to the free throw line with 22 seconds left. Should they hit both, we would be back in a tie. The Warriors lead 27-25. Aaron Chow, who has shot well from the outside on three-point shots,
has not been to the line.
No, first time for him, and it is good. Nice release, nice arc, and it's 27-26. Broncos within one of the Warriors as Aaron Chow sets again. Looks good. It gets the roll off the iron. We're tied at 27. Warriors, no real pressure in the backcourt. Jacob McConnell into front court. Now double team. Bounce pass for Romeo. Romeo wants to go underneath to Maddox. Maddox, drives to the basket, puts a layup up. Tip.
Kevin Denny
tips it out to McConnell, and the Warriors will still control with 9 seconds left. Can they take a lead? 7 seconds. Alley. They go underneath the Maddox. Good look. He's got it. He hits. Beautiful pass from Tyler Romeo to Josh Alley. Full court shot. No good. Warriors up by 2. Credit Tyler Romeo from the right side of the floor, right along the baseline. He saw Josh Alley open underneath, or Maddox open underneath, and Maddox hit the shot after he had missed a good look just about 10 seconds earlier. But Romeo with the assist, Maddox with the basket, the Warriors with the lead at the half. 29-27. A heck of a ball game here. This should be interesting to see who's left on the floor when the game is done and which team will be left standing with the lead. 29-27. Warriors lead it at the half. 29-27. A little thumbs up for Kevin Johnson, who looks exhausted heading to the dressing room. Warriors by 2 at the half. It's the Warriors and the Broncos tonight. We'll be back for some halftime stats on KGAL.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
We're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
1580 KGAL.
Now, that was an intriguing first half.
Yes, it was.
The Warriors trailed 10-0 with a little more than 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. They then went on a run to get 10 points in the last 4 minutes to tie it at 10, scored the first 2 points of the second half to make it a 12-0 run and a 12-10 lead. And with the game back and forth a little bit, it was finally built up to 23-16, a 7-point advantage for Parkrose. The Warriors have battled back, and since then, let's see, 23-16. So the Warriors have gone on a 13-4 run since then, and they lead it at the half, 29-27. Interesting first half. No one died, which is fortunate.
Yeah.
But the stat man was keeping track of the fouls, and let him tell you an interesting stat from the first half.
31 combined fouls.
That's pretty. That's amazing.
That's something.
Charge. It was like watching an old John Wayne movie with the cavalry. Charge! Constantly. And they were, for the most part, although we had a little question about C.J. Hargis in one of the calls that he drew. And he drew a foul for the charge, and then he said something like a 4-letter probably exception to the charge, and that became his 4th foul. And he's like Alex Albion a year ago. He's the ball handler for the Warriors. He's the one that brings the ball up the floor.
Yes, he is.
But he was absent for a long time in that second quarter, and they did all right. Isaac Johnson brought it up several times, but the Warriors did okay. In fact, they did forge that comeback, and they lead by 2. It's a tough first half to keep the stats with all that's going on, and Scott also watching the ball game, but at the same time trying to write everything down. So he's still settling the score here.
Yeah.
Counting it all up for the first half. We'll take another break here at halftime as some of the students and the youngsters that are attending tonight shoot for sodas from the 3-point line without anybody fouling them and no official calling a foul. 29-27 Warriors at the half. Warrior basketball will continue tonight on 1580 KGAL.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank. Service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
1580 KGAL.
What a chance to rest here, and I'm sure both teams are doing the same. They're probably sitting down in the locker room. A hectic and very active first half. Both teams really moving quickly up and down the court, and that was the reason that we saw so many offensive fouls. Both teams were in the double bonus for a long time, but neither team really able to take advantage of it. And the main reason was there were so many offensive fouls, and those are not shooting fouls. Both teams just trying to get through what is a crowded middle. Particularly in high school, things really get boxed up. I think it's harder to drive in high school than it is when you watch the college game. They spread the floor a little more. They don't. It's basically everybody gets in the middle, and people still try to drive through that middle, and they can't do it without fouling, and that's what we saw over and over in the first half. The Warriors here about 4 minutes away from the second half with a lead of 2. And Scott finally resting, a deserved rest, and I see the pen is down, and that means you have all the stats from the first half.
I do, and I couldn't really believe 31 fouls in the first half. I hate to see what we get in the second half. I remember a couple of years ago, we did a South Albany-Lebanon game, and there was like, 60, 80 fouls in that game or something. It was crazy. I feel like we were in for one of those nights, unless the refs slow it down a little bit.
So what's the score? It doesn't matter after you get 10, but how did they stand for the first half per team?
The Warriors had 14, and Parkrose had 17. Parkrose, I'm not really surprised at that because Parkrose got their 10 fouls first, and the Warriors had still like 6 at that time or something, so not surprised. But 17-14 in fouls, 29-27 is the score, so not too good. Rebounding, tied at 20, so that's an interesting stat there. Nobody has the advantage. Turnovers, there really hasn't been too many turnovers. 13 for Parkrose, 12 for the Warriors, because every time they go down, they sometimes they foul, sometimes they don't. It's just not. Both teams really taking care of the ball. Excuse me, really well tonight. 9 points for Isaac Johnson, although he really didn't play too much in the second quarter, it seemed like. I don't know if he was resting or what he was doing, but he had 9 to lead the Warriors. 4 points for Tevin Denny, who came off the bench and played pretty well. Tim Maddox, who hit that last shot right before the buzzer, and Kendall Leffert also had 4. For Parkrose, Jonathan Boland had 10. He was their leading scorer. And Kendall Fletcher had 5. He's their second leading scorer. Both of them have 4 personal fouls, so we'll have to monitor that in the second half. And from the free throw line, Parkrose 7 of 13. The Warriors 10 of 19. So again, not a great shooting performance. They're getting there. They're just not making them tonight.
Well, at least they outscored Parkrose from the free throw line, but they could have a little sizable advantage.
Right.
If they could just do better than 50%. Warriors leading 29-27. We're here at the half tonight. Incidentally, if anybody, a West Albany fan, is tuning by wondering why there's not a game on K-Show, 920 K-Show, Ryan Pitts is in Las Vegas this evening with his fiancée and family, who had planned that trip quite a while ago. West Salem is taking on West Albany tonight, but they're not carrying that game on K-Show. He was to head for Las Vegas last night. He called me, and he said something I couldn't quite hear what he was saying, and I said, you're calling me because you won at the slots and you're rich and you're going to give me some money? He said, apparently you didn't hear what I said, which is common these days. I said, what did you say? He said, the flight was canceled by a place called Spirit Airlines. I don't even know Spirit.
I don't either.
But they canceled like a 7 o'clock flight, and then there was another one at 9:30, and they canceled that one without any word as to why they canceled. They just canceled.
Oh, wow.
So they had to stand in line, and they finally got a flight on Alaska Airlines to Las Vegas. But they are certainly hoping that the Spirit Airlines will comp the money. They'll give them the money back because they didn't have any more flights that night.
Yeah.
But they are in Las Vegas. And on one of those Twitter book face dash dial tweety things today, there was a picture of Ryan with an Elvis impersonator that he sent off for my benefit, since I'm a big Elvis fan.
That's how you know you're there.
Elvis is alive and well in Las Vegas. Why do they call them, they call them Santa helpers at this time of the year. Why don't they call these guys Elvis helpers?
That's a good question.
They don't call them Santa impersonators.
No.
Just a thought. Warriors back on the floor here tonight, probably a little bit tired, I would think. I wonder if things will slow down in the second half, Scott.
Boy, we can only hope, right? Although I kind of like the fast-paced of it.
It was fun. We'll see. The Warriors lead at 29-27. If we need one more 30-second timeout here before the second half, we'll take it right now on KGAL.
Need extra money and time for the holidays? H&R Block offers the Emerald Advance, a line of credit up to $1,000 that you can start using today. No W-2 required. Stop by a participating office to apply or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to learn more. H&R Block Emerald Advance, line of credit offered through H&R Block Bank. Member FDIC, at participating offices subject to credit approval. Free supply. See HR Block/Emerald Advance for details. 2012 HRB Tax Group Incorporated offered January 15, 2013. OATP B1550.
Hi, this is Serena at your neighborhood H&R Block in Albany, Lebanon, Corvallis. Call us today at 541-928-6432 and see what it means to never settle for less when it comes to your taxes.
KGAL.
All right, welcome back for what we hope is a fascinating second half. It's got to have to go a long way to match the first half. The Warriors trailing 10-0 in the game in the first quarter. Finally tied it at 10 at the half. Then took a 12-10 lead, then saw themselves trailing 23-16 and lead it by 2 as we enter the third quarter. Warriors with the ball up 29-27 and with the ball. And the whistle blows. A foul underneath, away from the ball, and that should be on Tonga Tokelau as they're pointing to Tonga, and Tonga's talking with Michael Herlick, and they both have those hands extended with what did I do? And the head coach from Parkrose, and here we go again.
10 seconds into the second half, and we already have a foul. Tonga's third of the game.
Charles Gill is the head coach, and he has those hands outstretched with what?
And they're going to call it intentional.
Oh, isn't it just an intentional?
Yeah, I think that's what he held up the hands as intentional foul there.
And Kendall Leopard hits the free throw. The Warriors extended to 3. So he is all alone at the free throw line, and he does not have the second, but the Warriors do have the ball.
There might be a technical or two at the end of this night, though, the way things are going.
So the Warriors will inbound. They do get one to start the second half. And they're up by 3 at 30-27. They will be shooting. Their offensive basket is just below us here in this half as we're at the far end of the gym from the entrance. Long inbounds pass to Colson Shanks. Cross to Jacob McConnell. Tim Maddox is in there. So is Isaac Johnson and Kendall Leopard, the Warrior 5. C.J. Hargis with 4 fouls still on the bench. Normally would be the ball handler. Here's Johnson. And they don't want to come out and guard him. He's just waiting now. He pushes the ball across court for Jacob McConnell. McConnell back to Isaac. Isaac back to McConnell. McConnell tries to swing it inside to Maddox. He does. Maddox gets a good look. Can't get it. Can't get the roll. Rebound to Leopard. He couldn't get it. Rebound to Maddox. He puts it up and in.
Well, hey, second and third time's the charm there.
32-27. Both Maddox and Leopard had their shots contested. Couldn't get it. Maddox got it. Charge!
Gotta be.
Marshawn Edwards with the charge. The first of the second half.
Well, that was very obvious.
You gotta smile. It was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was.
And again, you don't know how much Marshawn Edwards gets into the game. He's only a sophomore, so you can't expect he gets too much playing time. But he has to because the whole team's in foul trouble.
His first foul and the second foul of the half with not a minute gone for Parkrose. It's Isaac Johnson again dribbling without any contest.
But they probably are afraid they'll go foul him if they do.
Leopard has the ball go off his feet into the hands quickly of Aaron Chow. He's down court, puts up a shot, puts it up and in,
nice.
And no foul. 32-29. Kendall simply lost that ball off his feet on a dribble. Here's Jacob McConnell. McConnell pulls up cross court for Shanks just below us. Shanks back to Jacob on one hop. Goes to the right-hand dribble, pulls up, gives it to Shanks. Shanks looking, instead goes across court to Jacob. They swing it right side to Isaac in front of the Warrior bench. Isaac to McConnell, back here to Colson. Colson is open. They're not coming out on the players right now because they didn't really shoot the 3 in the first half, and I think they're saying go ahead and try it if you want. And Isaac Johnson loses the ball trying to make a move to the right side baseline. It goes out of bounds. Warrior turnover.
Well, the Warriors only made 1 3-pointer in the first half, so why not? Make them shoot the 3. I don't think they're too comfortable with the 3 yet this far in the season.
I would think that's something they talked about in the locker rooms. Just stay off them. Don't foul them. Don't go out. And if they want to shoot the 3, let them do it.
Yeah.
Make them come inside. Kendall Fletcher starts a drive, dishes it off for Lindsay, and Lindsay hits the shot.
Now, Parkrose, on the other hand, has hit some 3s in the first half.
They hit the 3 there. Lavelle Lindsay back in the game. A floater, a shot no good by Isaac Johnson. Rebound, though, tipped out to Leopard. Leopard loses the handle. Maddox gets it along the baseline. Comes out, drives back to the basket. A little jumper, no good. Off the hands of Leopard to Lindsay. Lavelle Lindsay, it's got to be a carry again. It is.
Yeah.
He does that too often. It's just one of those things. As he moves, he kind of moves, tries a little shake and bake, and with that, he also moves the hand over the top of the ball. He carries it for a second. That's probably the third call against him for that same offense in the ball game.
Yeah.
He smiles about it.
But he knows.
And the Warriors will inbound right at midcourt. It will be Jacob McConnell on the student side of the floor. That's the side near us here at the balcony area at Lebanon High School. I'm Radio Ray along with Scott Landgren. 32-32, a tie again. What a battle. It is what we expected tonight. These two teams battled last year. Parkrose winning by 2. Down low to Smith. Smith puts it up, no good. Good assist from McConnell, and Smith should have hit that shot.
I think it might have been partially blocked there.
He does have a size advantage.
He does.
At 6'5", he is by far the tallest man on the floor. Here's Parkrose with the ball and a chance to break the tie on their part right now. Pulling up for the shot and in for 2. The shot is good by Jonathan Boland. And 34-32, Parkrose back in the lead. Warriors with the ball. Colson Shanks thinks about the 3. He's going to take it. It's off the iron, no good, and into the hands of Lavelle Lindsay. Almost stolen by the Warriors. Lindsay. Parkrose has the number. Lindsay pulls up for a jumper. He's got it, 36-32, just inside the circle. Straight to the basket, straight away to the basket. Warriors try to go down low to Leopard, and it's out of bounds. Isaac Johnson threw the pass to Leonard. Leopard, he couldn't handle it, and Kevin Johnson will call timeout.
Well, yeah, they're just too sloppy right now.
As Parkrose has gained the advantage here in the second half, 36-32, 4:42 remaining. We'll take a 30-second timeout on KGAL.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank. Service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
With a 9-5 advantage here in about the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, Parkrose has grabbed a 4-point lead, 36-32, and they have the ball as they bring it up court. Jonathan Boland tries to go down low, right into the hands of Leopard. Leopard wants to run. Leopard to the other end. It's knocked away by Chow, but Colson Shanks grabs it. Underneath to Johnson, turns to the basket. Dishes to Ian Smith, who puts it up and in.
Very nice assist by Isaac there.
Isaac has great eyes to survey the whole court. He saw Smith there rather than put up the shot. He underhanded it to Smith, and he was wide open and made the shot. Warriors with him, 2. 36-34, Aaron Chow for 3. No. McConnell gets it? He does. Away from Lindsay. McConnell into front court. Jacob dishes it for Colson. Thought about the 3. Back to McConnell. McConnell playing outside. They will not come out and harass him. Johnson off the hands of Johnson. It's on the floor, and Isaac is going to be called for a reach as Isaac simply lost the handle. I think he wanted to start a move the minute he got the ball. Instead, he lost the handle, and then he reached in and committed his 3rd foul. First foul of the Warriors for the second half. At least the fouling has slowed down. 2 for Parkrose, but they picked that up in the first minute, and now 3:53 remaining in the third quarter.
Quickly moving third quarter.
It is, because they're not stopping, for the whistles.
Yeah.
And inbounding the ball constantly. Parkrose with the ball, 2-point advantage. Here is Kendall Fletcher, dishes it down low. Leopard, I think it was actually Shanks knocked it away, and then off the body of Kendall Leopard, I believe, out of bounds, but it will belong to Parkrose. A lot of players there in the middle, but I think Colson got a hand on it, but then went off Kendall. And Kendall Fletcher will inbound for Parkrose to Lindsay. Almost lost it out of bounds, but gets the handle, now backs up. They try to go down low. There's Smith with the steal, hands it to Johnson. Johnson dishes it all the way to the basket. McConnell, and McConnell is fouled, and coming out of nowhere, I think that's Jonathan Boland. No, it's Lindsay, Lavelle Lindsay, number 1 rather than 11.
And Lindsay's got a shocked look on his face. He knocked him out of the game. He almost got a KO there. I'm not really sure what he was thinking.
Jacob McConnell hit the floor. He was alone, and the only way that Lindsay could possibly stop the shot was to leap and hit him, and he knocked him to the floor hard.
That was a hard foul.
And his coach, Charles Gill, is talking to him and trying to explain to him that it was a foul. There's no question it was a foul.
It was.
But Jacob McConnell misses the shot. It was a shooting foul, and he misses the first one. The Warriors right around the 500 mark. He does hit the second. Warriors edge within 36-35. Bolden brings the ball up, wants to put up a jump shot from the free throw line. No good. Rebound, Isaac Johnson. Johnson almost has the ball stolen as he turns around, but he now has it, starts a drive, and he's going to palm the ball.
This is a common trend today.
Yeah, he did the same thing that we've seen from Lindsay several times, as he wanted to move left or right to left, and he should have switched hands, but instead he palmed the ball with his right hand.
Yes, he did.
And so, Parkrose with the ball, 36-35 to Kendall Fletcher. Triple team. They're trying to knock it away. Fletcher steps outside and bounces it to Bolden. Bolden starts a drive, dishes it to Fletcher. Fletcher from the left side, two-point shot, no good. It goes up and out of bounds.
The Warriors are in a 1-3-1 zone right now. I think I saw that once in the first half, so that's a little new zone that they're deploying here.
36-35. Can the Warriors regain the lead here? They were tied at the end of the first quarter, had a 2-point lead at the half, 29-27, now trailed by 1. With the ball, Johnson. Cross court to McConnell. McConnell tries a bounce pass to Smith, loses it to Bolden. Nice dribble behind his back, now out of control. Travel. They'll wipe out as he shot. He didn't make the basket anyway, but what are they going to... Oh, they're going to call a foul.
On Jacob?
On 11, and they're pointing to Jacob McConnell. And it may be that he reached in before the travel. There was a travel. But the foul will be on Jacob, his third second-team foul for the Warriors. And with 2:46 remaining, Parkrose will inbound the ball, and now Charles Gill is talking with the official. I don't know whether the coaches are old friends with the officials. They're just chatting a lot tonight, as you said.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatting.
It's like AM radio. It's like the talk show.
That's right.
Here's Bolden, drive to the basket. Nice dish to Fletcher. Fletcher all alone, puts it up and in. And Tyler Romeo did a good job not to foul him. Good assist from Fletcher. Here's McConnell all the way, and he is blocked, and they'll call it a block as he hits the floor hard again. I think it was a good one by Fletcher, who gets the ball at the other end, puts a shot up, and he hits the floor, runs right into the mat at the wall. Those walls are not too distant from the end of the court, and he is fouled from behind. McConnell was blocked by Fletcher, who got all ball, and he swatted it hard, and McConnell hit the floor at this end, and at the other end, Tyler Romeo knocked Fletcher to the floor.
Yes, he did.
But Tyler did not get the ball. He got Kendall, and Kendall will go to the line.
Yeah, he got a lot of arm there.
Up by 3. Kendall Fletcher with 2 shots, and he does not hit the first. Before, well, I always say before because it's printed. I don't know why they bothered to say that here on my little card. During or after the game tonight in Lebanon, grab a hot and ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars. You can't beat it. Near the River Center, the new and only Little Caesars in Lebanon. Would be pizza night for me if we weren't here at the game. Here's Kendall Fletcher. Yes, got the roll off the iron and then took the roll over the top. 39-35, 4-point advantage. Shaw guarding Johnson in the backcourt. Tries to reach in, and he'll commit the foul. 4 fouls. All right, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
4 fouls for Parkrose, 3 for the Warriors, and the Warriors will inbound the ball in front of their own bench. Just to the left of head coach Kevin Johnson, seated on the bench.
Well, it seems like every time a team gets like a 4 or 5 point lead, the other team comes storming back, so hopefully the Warriors have a little run.
Colson Shites inbounds for Smith to Tevin Denny, who played very well in that first half. Tevin goes to Smith. Smith right by the free throw line. Starts a drive, spin, tries to put it up, and he traveled.
Yeah, he did.
Too many moves by Ian. He has the height advantage. Once he is set for the shot, he shot right over the defender because he is taller at 6'5", but had committed the travel in a couple of spins. And so up by 4 at 39-35, 2:08 to go, and the officials are going to call on the rag mop. Rag mop? No? I guess no. Official says no. This is not wet enough, he says. Dried it with his shoe. And they simply roll the ball inbounds. I don't know why they bothered to do that. I mean, there's no...
We got a lot of time left.
There's a lot of time.
And they're up.
And there's nobody in the backcourt for the Warriors anyway.
I don't know what that was about.
Passing would do the same thing. And they're only 3 feet up the court. What is the advantage?
Yeah.
Well, they did. And here's a shot by Lavelle Lindsay for 3. It's no good. Chow comes up with the rebound. And he gets it to Bolin. Bolin double team. Gets it back out to Aaron Chow. Chow guarded by Colson Shanks. Goes left hand to right hand into the paint. Now dishes it off to Fletcher. Fletcher loses the handle, but Chow gets it. Backs up. Now underneath. Michael Herlick drives to the basket. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound by Isaac Johnson. Has the ball knocked away. A lot of hands in there. No fouls. They get it to Tevin Denny under the basket. Puts up a shot up and in. A bank shot.
Good pass by Isaac there. He was out of control about midcourt. Just threw it down there.
But a good shot by Tevin, who was not as tall as his defender, and put it up, I think, maybe a little bit of a prayer as an assist.
Think he called bank there?
39-37. Parkrose with the ball. 1:08 to go. All alone. Lindsay thought about the 3. A little head fade. Cannot fake his defender. Outside. Chow for 3. No good. Rebound. Hands of Ian Smith to Denny. Denny down court for Johnson. Johnson wants to take it to the basket, and a block is called, and yes.
Yeah.
And slamming his hand on the floor is Aaron Chow.
Well, I think you have to there, right? He wasn't in position.
He moved, too.
Yeah.
He stepped. If he had stayed where he was, Kevin would have run into him, or Isaac would have run into him. But he moved.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. You know, you move. That's your fault. Sorry, if somebody's coming right at you, you better stand there.
You got to stand your ground.
Isaac Johnson will go to the line. Where did we leave off with him? About 3 of 6 or 7? Or?
Let's see here. 3 of 7.
3 of 7. Make it 4 of 8 as he hits 40-38. Those 7 shots came in the first half. First one here in the second half. He hits it. Can he hit 2? Yes, he does. Tied at 39. 54 seconds in the third quarter. Here's Jonathan Bolin. He may go all the way. Does. Nice move. Puts it off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound and will dribble back outside. Jonathan can handle that ball well. Fletcher with the ball. Little pushing underneath. Puts up a shot. Partially blocked by Ian Smith. The Warriors try to save it. And then Parkrose saves it into the hands of Johnson. Johnson, long outlet pass to Smith. Nice move. Smith backed up with the right-handed dribble so that he could be in front of the basket and hit the shot. Warriors by 2. Try to steal it at the other end. Instead, Bolin passes and Tevin Denny, a little bit over-anxious. Tevin dances to the sidelines to take a high five from Kevin Johnson. He never stopped running.
Oh.
But he committed... No? Isaac. It says Isaac on the board. Do they have...
No, that was from the last Parkrose foul.
Oh, that's still... Okay. Sometimes they take their time. Yeah, all right. Fine. Tevin Denny.
Yeah. They're getting in that. Well, now they give it to Colson?
Colson Shanks. Tevin Denny must have committed the foul, and he...
I think so.
And Devin went over to the head coach, Kevin Johnson. Well, maybe it was a foul that we didn't see.
Maybe.
That they called, but it's on Colson Shanks. That's his first. They go down low to Fletcher on the floor.
I don't know how you could not see that one.
They're going to call a charge.
That's Tonga.
And now Charles Gill says, hands up. How could it happen? He's talking to the other official. He wants to know, how could there be a charge on that?
That was Tonga there. That's his 4th personal foul.
They don't give the charge signal behind the head, but that's all it could be because there was a collision. Yeah. And Fletcher is giving the body movement, saying, "Here's what I did: left, right with the shoulders." He's trying to explain it to the official. The official is explaining it to Caleb Vandermeer, who hasn't played much tonight. Why does he bother explaining it to him?
I'm going to explain it to you, and you can tell him. I don't know.
Well, it's the 4th on Kendall Fletcher. He has 4 fouls. No one has fouled out of the game yet, though.
That was on Tonga. That's 15 over there.
15, I'm sorry.
But it is his 4th.
Here is a shot by Colson Shanks. It was an air ball into the hands of Kendall Fletcher, and that will end the first half. 41-39. The Warriors retain the 2-point advantage at 29-27 that they had at the half. They lead by 2. A 4th quarter to come. This is intriguing. I can't believe you would depart, but don't. We'll be back on KGAL.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Doug Phillips, financial advisor with Edward Jones, is proud to sponsor Lebanon Warrior Sports on KGAL. Doug Phillips' Edward Jones office is on the corner of South Main and Walker, near the post office in Lebanon. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Back here at Lebanon for the fourth quarter. This should be interesting. Let's see what happens. Tied at the end of one at 10. Warriors with a 2-point lead at the half, 29-27. Warriors with a 2-point edge after three, 41-39. And we will start the fourth quarter with the possession belonging to Parkrose.
Well, no team has really been able to break it. 10-0 runs by both, and since then it's been within 5 the whole game. So I expect a great finish.
Parkrose with our distant right. That's near the entrance of the gym. That's their offensive basket. Cross-court pass to Lindsay. Lavelle Lindsay dribbles against Kevin Denny. Puts up a shot, and he is going to be fouled. And I think that'll go against Kevin Leopard, unless...
I think it's going to be on Denny there.
Tevin Denny fouled him on the way in, but it was a delayed call. It is Tevin Denny. But the whistle blew after he was well inside near Kendall Leopard.
I don't know.
It really was a delay.
It was.
Because Tevin bumped him on the way in.
Yeah.
They get the ball into Toklu. Tonga Toklu with a little jumper right underneath the basket, and we're tied again at 41. And Isaac Johnson, again, they're not going to come out on them. They're certainly not going to shoot from out there anyway. They're not going to bother because they can't afford to pick up fouls. They want to make some careless reach-in. C.J. Hargis back in the game for the first time since early in that first half when he picked up his fourth foul. A charge for the third foul and then a technical by complaining afterward. He is back in the game. C.J. outside, Johnson outside, on the left side of the court. C.J. playing to the right side with the ball. Holds it high. Starts a dribble. Puts up a little floater. Won't go. Air ball. And rebounded by Parkrose. They get it to Lavelle Lindsay. Dangerous player. He'll put up the three. He's got it. He's got it. They left him open. Warriors cannot do that. That is the strategy for Parkrose. But Parkrose can hit those threes. The Warriors must contest them.
Yeah, Lindsay's had a couple of them tonight. He's got 12 points in the game.
44-41. Isaac Johnson with the ball. Isaac back outside to Hargis. CJ, bounce pass to Isaac. He'll try three.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. From the left side of the court.
Just looked good all the way, didn't it?
Just in front of the standing students here. 44-44. So the Warriors do answer with a three, as Isaac had a little bit of an opening, and he took it. He hit three in the last game. He's got a good release.
And he's a smart shooter.
And there will be the 5-second call against number one, Lavelle Lindsay, who complains, and Charles Gill.
I think they called a timeout.
Did they call a timeout?
Yeah.
60-second timeout.
See, they knew the call was coming, so that's a smart timeout by Parkrose.
It is a timeout. They got the timeout called just in time. It looked like Lindsay was a little bit upset when he went to the sidelines, but they got the timeout call. So no turnover. Parkrose will have the ball when we resume. 6:14 remaining fourth quarter. Tied at 44. For over 50 years, Mega Foods has been offering the best quality and taste. It's more than just a supermarket, also a good neighbor. Mega Foods in Albany and Lebanon. And a reminder from Lynn Benton Community College, we're near the start of the second term, the winter term. Why not take some courses at Lynn Benton Community College? Get started, get finished, save a bundle of money on tuition, travel. They are right here in Lebanon, of course, with the campus or the main campus in Albany, also in Sweet Home in Corvallis. Lynn Benton Community College, get started, get finished. Well, we got started late tonight because the junior varsity game began late when Parkrose pulled in a little late. It was a busy night on the freeway and bad visibility with that rain, some heavy showers in spots. They got here late. It started late, but it was worth a wait for the junior varsity as they won by 10, 66-56. As they pulled away, they were down by about 4, maybe 4 minutes remaining in the game. They pulled away to a victory. The varsity is tied at 44 all, an interesting game, 6:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. And after the timeout, Parkrose with the ball. They dish it in. A shot by Kendall Fletcher for 3 is no good. And with the rebound is Jacob McConnell. Johnson in the backcourt brings it into front court. And now the defenders will pull back. They will let him dribble right out near center court they're probably about now 10 feet away from him. Now probably about 5 yards away from him. He could rush for half of a first down, maybe. Now maybe 10 yards away from him. He could rush for a first down. They just keep backing up.
It's all right. We're taking a little bit of time off the clock here after that long first half.
CJ with the right hand just bounces across to Johnson, and they will pull back. Thought about maybe trying to intercept that pass. They couldn't do it. So Lavelle Lindsay just pulls back.
Nobody wants to foul here.
It's Lindsay to the right, Bolin to the left, and they just stand at the three-point circle and wait for Johnson, who is dribbling.
Look, their coach is telling them, hey, just play back. He's content with this.
This is like Willamette and Springfield in the girls' championship game last year.
That's right, 19-14, I think.
And it was 4-0 at halftime. Wally Wardeman and I were talking about that on From the Sidelines this morning.
Well, they did what they had to do to try to stop Springfield in that game, and it didn't work.
And Mercedes Russell.
Yeah.
Now a little bit of action as Hargis faked moving in, but does not. Now across court to McConnell.
Just kidding.
Sideline down low to Johnson. Now swing to McConnell, back to Hargis, right in front of us. Hargis, bounce pass. What are they going to call? A little push underneath. Let's see who did the pushing. Maybe Tim Maddox.
And that's not good.
It will give the ball to Parkrose. So the Warriors never had a chance to do anything. They didn't contest it. I'm sure Charles Gill, their coach, is happy. That's what he wants. It is Tim Maddox pushing underneath. He was surprised, but everyone's been surprised tonight. Even in muggings, they've been surprised, you know?
They have been.
They've complained about the calls.
Yeah, the Warriors turn it over there. They had it for over a minute of action there, but they didn't even get a shot up.
Second on Tim, and we're even at 6 fouls apiece, so somebody will go to the free throw line soon. Here's ball stolen by Leopard, all alone, to the basket, up, in, 46-44.
Didn't waste any time there.
And Jonathan Bolin brings it up court, standing right at midcourt, right inside the circle. Now dribbling, now backs up a little bit.
And look, they're playing a 1-3-1 again here.
He gets a little screen, jumps in, jump shot, good. He can shoot.
He's a good shooter.
Bolin got just a little bit of screen against Isaac Johnson, and just inside the circle, just to the left side of the basket, hit for 2. We're tied at 46. Hargis with the ball. Well, they're a little closer this time, maybe 5 yards. Now McConnell on our side of the floor.
We were here just a couple minutes ago. Deja vu, except it's 46-46 now.
Bounce pass to Lindsay, and their Leopard inside the circles. Jump shot. He's decided to take the shot. Did not make it, and they weren't there for the rebound.
No.
Rebound.
Not a great shot selection, I don't think.
Rebound went to Kendall Fletcher. Here's Bolin. Look out. Bolin with the drive. Wants to shoot. Pulls up for the jumper. Inside the circles. No good. McConnell with the rebound.
All right.
Bolin taking it on his own now. You know, we saw that the last time Parkrose was here last year, whoever it was. Tried to take over the game.
Well, and he's obviously their best player. Not surprised he's trying to take over late in the fourth with this game tied.
McConnell to Hargis. Hargis about 5 feet inside midcourt and no one near him. As Jonathan Bolin would be the closest one, and he's about 5 yards back. Now Johnson on the other side. Isaac will back up a little bit. With each step back, he's farther away from Lavelle Lindsay, who stands just outside the three-point arc. Leopard moves up, and he gives him a little... You can't do that.
No.
He gave him a little swat. Get out of here,
I saw that.
That would be picky, but he gave him a little swat.
Well, they probably would have called it in the first half.
Here's Jacob McConnell on the far side of the floor. Now Hargis, CJ to the dribble, into Leopard right at the free throw line. Double team. Now they knock it away, almost loses the handle. Back to Johnson for 3. Johnson for 3. No, air ball. Rebound right to Smith. They can't give him an assist, but it was perfect. It was an air ball to Smith on the far side of the basket.
It was.
And he put it back. Warriors again up by 2. And the crowd chants defense. 2:16, 2:15, driving Lindsay to the basket. Off the glass, up and in. Nice shot. Lavelle Lindsay, number 1, and Jonathan Bolin, number 11. Both can dribble, both can shoot, and both do a nice job of finishing as they get underneath. Tied at 48, and both of those are in the game.
The Warriors have really slowed it down here. It's almost like in football, a power running team where they get 2 yards, 3 yards, and all of a sudden, bam, hit them for 60. That's what they're trying to do last time with that open 3 by Isaac, but he just didn't make it.
Johnson, Isaac with the ball over near the scorer's table, swings it across to Hargis. Nobody on them. Jacob McConnell in the middle to Leopard. Now, Leopard's got to be wise about this. Either dish it back outside, tries to go to Smith, but off the hands of one of the Parkrose players, back into his hands, shoots, misses, and the rebound comes to Lavelle Lindsay. And timeout is called. Leopard wanted to go underneath to Ian Smith, but it went off the hands of a defender from Parkrose back into Leopard's hands, and then he lost the handle on it. Parkrose will have the ball. They call timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 1:25 remaining in the game. Tied at 48. It's 60 seconds, but let's take 30 here. Tied at 48, and we'll be back on KGAL.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Kenega Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Kenega Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Kenega Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
The Walmart Superstore is exactly that. One superstore with virtually everything you might have on your shopping list. Everything you need, a great selection, and of course, lower prices always. The Walmart Superstore in Lebanon.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Lynn, you're in.
KGAL.
This should be interesting. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Teams are tied at 48. Aaron Sario in the game. We haven't seen much of him, but he will inbound for Parkrose. They have possession. Parkrose won a heartbreaker for the Warriors last year, 57-55 in the last seconds of the game. We are tied at 48, 1 minute 20, and the clock running now with Parkrose with the ball in front court.
Good defense.
Sario in the hands of the dangerous Lavelle Lindsay. He's dribbling out near midcourt. He's just killing some time.
I wonder if they're just going to hold it for a final shot here.
Maybe so. The Warriors pull back from him. McConnell now comes out on him, so he has to do something. Passes it across court. They go down low. Michael Herlick back into the hands of Bowen.
Oh, no.
This shot from the outside by Lindsay. No good.
Oh,
over the back. Herlick has got to be over the back. That's got to be. What? They will not call it, and Kendall Leopard is irate, and he should be. Michael Herlick has not been in the game much tonight. He went over the back of Kendall Leopard, and what are they going to call a foul on the Warriors?
Yeah, they're calling a foul on the Warriors, and honestly, it wasn't just Herlick that went over the back. There was another player that went over the back on Parkrose.
But it's on Tim Maddox, and he was not there with Herlick and Leopard, so there must have been another area. Now Kevin Johnson is irate.
Tim Maddox is not even in the game.
Well, you got a good point there. That's
there we go. They gave it to Kendall.
Tim was a little surprised. Isaac Johnson, chance defense. It'll be on Leopard. No.
That might be the worst call I've seen in my life right there.
It went right over his back.
Two players did.
And Kendall Leopard protested, did not get a technical, but he was well within his rights. He had his back turned to Kendall Fletcher.
He was getting mugged from behind there.
It's Tonga, 15 of life.
There we go.
The free throw.
That's a push.
And there will be a foul on number 3, Aaron Sario.
Well, a little bit of justice there.
Ian Smith had the rebound into position, and Sario foolishly pushed him in the back.
And that's free throws for Ian Smith.
The ball went out of bounds, but it was a foolish move on Sario's part. He couldn't get to the ball. Instead, he put his hands on the back of Smith, pushing him. Smith lost the ball out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. It's a foul, and he will go to the line. It is the 7th foul, and it will be a 1-and-1.
You know, Ray, I pride myself on not complaining about officiating there, but that was a horrendous call.
And I try to do the same thing, Scott, because I know when you like a team and you're pulling for them, you're going to see things their way.
Yeah.
But trust us at home, Kendall Leopard had his back to the person who took the shot. That's Tonga Toklau.
He was in good position to get a rebound.
He couldn't have fouled him.
No.
The only thing would have been if he somehow fouled him beforehand, but he wasn't. He was just standing looking at the basket. It had to be Toklau over the back, and you said it was the second player.
Yeah, there was. I couldn't see who it was, but there was 2 players that I thought could have got called for over the back there.
But Toklau missed the free throw. It came off right down on the left side of the basket, clearly into the hands of Ian Smith. And I would say a very, very foolish foul. There was no way that he was going to do anything other than foul Ian Smith by pushing him. And we haven't seen a lot of Aaron Sario tonight.
No, maybe he doesn't get a lot of playing time, but, he has to know that that's the 7th foul. So now Ian Smith's going to the line for a huge 1-and-1. But, he was all the way down at the other end of the court, and they're going to get points potentially out of this. So horrible foul there for Sario.
The Warriors talk things over at their bench here before Ian Smith goes to the line. It was interesting to start the second half because of the multiple fouls on Parkrose. They decided not to come out and contest the ball handler. They let the ball handler stay near midcourt. They would drop off 5-10 yards.
Yeah.
And at one point, I saw Dave Albion talking with Kevin Johnson over there on the sidelines as they were discussing the strategy or whatever, and it was just a standoff.
Yeah.
As Isaac Johnson at that point was just dribbling the ball near the court.
Big free throws here for Ian, though.
Jonathan Boland, who was his defender, was 10 yards away. And here's Ian Smith. It is huge. The fans trying to exhort Ian Smith. It's up, it's up, it's up. It is no good. In and out, no good. Rebound to Michael Hurlick. Look out, Leopard. Oh, Leopard is called for the foul. It looks...
Yeah, they're going to get Leopard for the foul there. And, I think Kevin Johnson's not too upset about that one because he was going for the ball. He was trying to get a jump ball, which would be for the Warriors.
The body language is confusing sometimes. He pointed, Leopard was already starting down court. He pointed to Isaac Johnson, but I think he was simply pointing to the bench, the Warrior bench, that the foul was on them. And it is on Kendall. Well, Kendall tried to tie up Michael Hurlick.
Now they're in a pressure free throw situation.
And he fouled him. So now a 1-and-1, and this is one loud gymnasium. Michael, shot is no good. Rebound, tipped off the hands of Smith into Kendall Leopard. Warriors with 43 seconds to go. They will put pressure, double team Leopard. He's in trouble. He's got to do something.
Kevin's trying to call timeout.
And Kevin got the timeout.
He was jumping up and down.
Wow. He was doing jumping jacks on the side. He got 2 or 3 of them off because Kendall Leopard had nobody to give it to, and the 5-second was about to expire. 10 seconds actually in the backcourt, but it was about to expire, and he got the timeout, so he will talk things over. Both teams talking things over, and here is the situation. 35 seconds remain. We're tied at 48. A year ago, these two teams met here, and Parkrose won 57-55 in a battle down to the wire. The Warriors missed a shot at the buzzer at a point where they were trying to break a rather prolonged losing streak that went to 46 before they broke it. And tonight, with 35 seconds, we're tied.
Well, I think you have to, if you're the Warriors right now, you have to take the last shot of this game. Either you win on a make or you go to overtime. You cannot let Parkrose get the ball back for the chance to win here. And I think that's what Kevin's trying to do. They've been extending the possessions since about, the 6-minute mark of this game for this specific purpose. They wanted it to be close at the end, and now they got a chance to win. And I think it's got to be Isaac or Isaac with the ball to set somebody else up.
Well, we wondered if Parkrose, with their possession just a little while ago, with a little over a minute, might just run the clock, stand out near midcourt, make sure that the Warriors would contest them, either open things maybe under the basket or just run the clock.
And the Warriors did contest them.
And we've been back and forth with missed free throws. Kendall Leopard missed one for the Warriors on a 1-and-1, and then a 1-and-1 Michael Hurlick missed the front end, and the Warriors will inbound. There'll be pressure in the backcourt, of course.
You got to get it across.
They get it into Jacob McConnell. McConnell is double-teamed, looking for help. Starts the dribble. Knocked away from him. Into the hands of Leopard. Scoops it up. Kendall tries to go underneath. C.J. Hargis puts it in. 23 seconds. Well, that's okay. They were very fortunate. They almost lost it out of bounds. Leopard saved it. Saw Hargis underneath. Got it to him somehow. And he hit the shot. Warriors by 2. 13 seconds. They contest. Warrior possession. Jump ball. Isaac Johnson tied up one of the Parkrose players, and now they'll talk it over. The officials are chanting. C.J. Hargis is involved. Don't get involved. Just stay out of it.
I mean, he called the jump ball there.
Kevin Johnson, hands on hips, waits at the far side of the floor for a call. CJ is discussing it with the official. Apparently, they're not going to give the Warriors the ball, and the official is going to go to the scorer's table.
Oh, they're calling another technical, this time on Isaac Johnson.
And the game has taken a big swing. The Warriors up 50-48, but it will be a technical. Charles Gill is asking the official what happened. Kevin is beside himself, although he's always very much under control.
Yeah.
He hugs C.J. Hargis and gives him a pat on the head. It's one of the things I like about him. He never really, he's upset and a little bit, anxious, but he's just pacing the sideline.
Right.
He's not cursing, he's not screaming, he's not jumping up and down, and he patted CJ and calmed him down.
Yeah, he's
calls over. Colson Shanks, gives him a pat on the back and sends him into the game.
He's
very much under control.
Doing it the right way. I'm not sure who they called the technical on. They gave a foul to Isaac. I'm not sure if he got the technical or not, because if he did, he's out of the game with 5.
At first, it seemed that they had indicated that, well, they did. They indicated that he had tied up whoever that was. And then, forgive me, I don't know who it was because they're standing near the standing crowd here on our side, and you can't see who that is when they're on the out of bounds line. But it looked Isaac had tied him up. The official called that, and the possession arrow belonged to the Warriors. Everything was in their favor, and it looked like there might even have been a foul on Parkrose at that point, but at least the Warriors would have had the ball. But instead, it was suddenly changed, and I don't know why.
I thought it was a rather quick jump ball call, but I didn't think there was a foul there on Isaac. So now, Parkrose has 2 free throws and the ball. They could potentially steal a win here.
And they send a very good shooter, Lavelle Lindsay, to the line. The crowd tries to upset him.
0 of 2 at the line tonight,
He sets, shoots, and it is good, and we're within 1. They are 50-49. And they will have the ball. 11 seconds, no time, of course, expires. Second shot, no good, but they will have the ball, and they are within 1. And a basket or a foul.
It's one way or the other, Ray.
A basket would end it. A foul would send them to the free throw line. And that would be the 10th Warrior foul, and they would have the double bonus.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're the Warriors, you want to play hard pressure defense, but you don't want to foul because they get 2 shots. They could potentially take the lead on the foul. You want to make them earn it from the line.
But all night long, when pressure has been applied, somebody's committed a foul, and they have to be very careful that they don't.
They have to play pressure defense, but they have to play very, very smart defense.
But it is so tough because you can't stand off. You've got to attack the ball handler.
Well, see, the thing is, Parkrose has to be very aggressive right now because they have to get the ball in the bucket. So you could step back a little bit, give a little bit of leeway between you and your guy, but you got to make sure you stay in front of them.
There is plenty of time for them to attack the basket. 11 seconds is with their head coach Charles Gill. They discussed the offensive strategy. Kevin Johnson and the Warrior coaching staff discussed the defensive strategy. As Parkrose comes back on the floor, the Warriors still talking things over. 11 seconds, a 1-point lead at 50-49.
This is great.
And Parkrose with the ball. The technical on Isaac Johnson, just when it seemed the Warriors may have clinched the game with a possession and not much time left, 11 seconds. Instead, a technical on Isaac with Lavelle Lindsay hitting 1 of 2. The Warriors are fortunate there. He's a good shooter, but they also have the possession now.
Here we go.
And they'll inbound the ball. They get it in backcourt, knocked away by Shanks, but into the hands of Bolin down low. Fletcher. Tonga starts the shot. No good. Rebound Warriors. Foul. And the Warriors are fouled. 2 seconds left. They will win this game. And they are going basketball bananas.
Was that
basketball bananas here tonight? 50-49. The Warriors will win it.
Hey, that was a good job by Parkrose. They got a good shot. They got the shot they wanted. They drove into the paint. He just missed it, as they've done so often tonight.
I'm not sure Tonga Toklau has done all right, but it's Bolin and Lindsay that have really been the threats on the shots.
Right.
But they got it to Toklau right in the center of the court in the paint. He missed a short shot. Not easy. He's in a crowd.
Yeah, but it was a good shot.
Not too distant either.
No, it was a makeable shot, definitely.
And as I recall, I like to see it again. It rolled a little bit up there.
It did.
But it rolled into the hands of the Warriors, and quickly Parkrose fouled, and the Warriors will go to the free throw line. 2 seconds will remain when they're done.
I'm almost wondering if you just missed the shot on purpose. I mean, if you make both of them, you're only going to be up by 3, and they could, make a miracle shot. 2 seconds.
It's only the 8th, so it's a 1-and-1. So you have to plot your strategy there. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it on the first.
Right, because Parkrose would have to rebound and get up a shot in 2 seconds, which is very tough to do. I think you miss it. And they're sending defenders down there.
If you don't, no time goes off the clock.
So it's 3 seconds.
You do want time to expire because there might not be time to get up a shot.
Yeah.
But you've got to make sure that if you do that, when it comes off, that neither Ian Smith on one side of the floor or Leopard on the other, that they don't reach for the ball.
That's just true. They just have to pretty much be stationary. You can't foul. Definitely can't foul.
Kevin Johnson paces the sidelines. Hearts beating high. And
as everybody's is.
Colson shanks. Shoots, misses, rebound, comes off to Parkrose with the ball. 1 second, long shot.
Yes!
No! Off the glass. I don't see how he got that long to get up court and shoot that thing.
That seemed like forever, didn't it?
2 seconds. There was 1 second left on the court when he got the rebound and got within, 15 feet of midcourt?
Yeah.
There was still 1 second left. How is that possible?
I don't know. Clock error there.
And the ball hit the right side of the basket off the glass. No good. And the Warriors avenge a 2-point tough loss 1 year ago to this team, 57-55. Tonight they hang on and they win it 50-49. And the Warriors have their first 2-game winning streak in almost 6 years. Holy basketball moly.
Hey, we are a 2-2 ball club right now, Ray.
This is something. This is really something.
It is.
I'm from the sidelines today. Wally and I were talking about the fact. I said, the Beavers have a tremendous year this year, and they love it. They're 9-3. Texas is 8-4 going into their bowl game. A good year.
Right.
We would have been happy with that, and they're really upset. So we not only thank Mike Riley for the 9-3 last year, we have to be grateful for the 3-9 the year prior, because that's what makes us grateful about being 9-3.
That's true.
When you win all the time, 8-4 isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So we not only need to thank Mike for the coaching he did this year, we need to thank him for the 3-9 last year.
There you go. I agree.
Well, it's the same thing for the Warriors. There never would have been this excitement except for a 46-game losing streak that ended last year. They hadn't won 2 games in a row in 6 years. That's the only reason it's this exciting.
That's right.
So we thank everyone in the agony of the last many years that they set up a wonderful evening tonight. The Warriors win it 50-49. We'll be back to wrap things up from KGAL and Lebanon High School this evening.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
KGAL.
This would have made a great movie for television. It had everything of a good drama. There was drama. There was joy. There was sorrow. There was tension. There was conflict. There was agony. It had all the emotions in the game. In fact, as they came down to the end, the Warriors with a 2-point lead appeared to suddenly have been awarded the game as Isaac Johnson seemed to have tied up a Parkrose player right near the sidelines here below us. The initial call was that it was Warrior ball, that he had tied the player up, possession arrow to the Warriors, and then suddenly, inexplicably only because we don't know what happened, two officials discussed things, and suddenly they were calling a technical on Isaac Johnson, probably for complaining about the call, undoubtedly.
I don't know.
That's the only thing he could have been complaining about. It looked like C.J. Hargis at first had committed another technical because he was near there talking to the official, but it was Isaac who picked up a technical, and that meant 2 shots and the ball for Parkrose, 11 seconds remaining and down by 2. And they sent a very good player to the line. His name is Lavelle Lindsay. He was a terrific outside shooter tonight, could handle the ball several times, drove into the paint, backed up, beautiful jump shot, banked it in. He went to the line, hit one, and missed the second.
Yeah, he was only 1 of 4 at the line. Maybe not the best option they had. I'm questioning it.
You know, a lot of times good shooters do not like to stand still.
Right, and the thing is, technical fouls are worse than real fouls because it's just you. And plus the game was on the line. That made it double the pressure.
But then they had possession. And the Warriors wound up getting the ball back and just ran out the clock as they took a final free throw. Rebound came to Parkrose. And I swear that I'd like to see that clock again because the ball bounced off the hands of one of the Parkrose players. They got the rebound. They only had 2 seconds. The minute it touches his hand, the clock should start. I'm about worn out for the night.
No, I understand.
They dribbled within about 2/3 of the way up backcourt and fired a shot in 2 seconds, and there was 1 second remaining when the shot went up.
Yeah, I don't understand it because he took, probably 3 dribbles after he rebounded the ball. There's no way that could happen.
And you got the ball bouncing off someone's hand before they controlled it underneath.
I don't know. I too was wondering how that only took 2 seconds, but we'll take it. It's a 50-49 win.
There might have been some agony and conflict had that ball gone in.
That's true.
I think they would have talked about the 2 seconds and the time it took to elapse. But the shot was close enough to stop your heart. It was to the right, but it was off the backboard, not directly at it. So you knew
it hit the backboard.
But it hit the backboard, and that's scary.
Yeah.
And the Warriors got the win, 50-49. And they break, a string that goes back to 2007. They had not won 2 straight. They broke the 46-game losing streak a year ago, but they hadn't won 2 in a row since January of 2007. They have now done that. And next Tuesday night, they're home against Willamette. Right? Is it Willamette finally? I've been saying Willamette for a week.
No, Sweet Home.
Oh, Sweet Home.
We play Willamette next Friday at Willamette.
Oh, we still have a game Friday? I thought Tuesday did it.
No, Tuesday is home to Sweet Home, then Friday at Willamette.
Wow. We're getting in, what is this?
We're getting in every game here.
4 games. We'll have 6 before Christmas break. Usually there are games of a distance that we can't do, just not financially possible at the start of the year. But this year, the away games were closer, and there are 4 games at home. So next Tuesday against Sweet Home, that'll be interesting, just up the road. That's an area rivalry.
And again, I say it's another winnable game. Sweet Home, I think, is 1-5 on the season.
Oh, are they?
They got blasted tonight by Malawi. And so they should be, I think, 1-4 or 1-5. So another potentially winnable game.
Incidentally, quickly before we get the stats from Scott, you might want to check OSAA.org. Is that where you found the proposed realignments?
Right. Yeah. It's on the front page. They had a meeting, I think, on the 10th of December, and they came up with 3 proposals for the realignment. It's right there on the homepage. You can click all 3 of them for the proposed realignment in 2014, and some shocking changes to West Albany not being with Lebanon anymore.
Anytime they make a change, it lasts for 4 years. Then at the end of 4 years, they discuss whether that's good enough. The realignment that placed teams in 6 different divisions, they're thinking about changing that. They have a problem in Central Oregon with Bend, Summit, Mountain View in the conference basically by themselves.
Yeah.
Redmond is now in it.
Right.
But they're talking about changes. It could particularly affect West Albany, as you said. They might go back into what used to be the old Valley League, where they would compete against Salem teams and West. Lebanon might be thrown in with Malala and Central and Cascade or some of these.
Well, see, the thing, most of the Mid-Willamette Conference was staying the same. The only two that were not in all of them were West Albany was in none of them. They were going up to the top classification.
I'd hate to see that.
Yeah.
But there's
enrollment.
1,300. They're over 1,300.
And it goes by enrollment, I think, now.
Lebanon is a little shy of 1,000, so they stay at the lower level. But teams like Cascade, Central, Malala might be thrown into our league. That would mean travel for us that I don't want to see.
It would be. So, and then Woodburn was the other one in a couple of the projections where they were going to go that wouldn't be there. So they would still be with Corvallis and Crescent Valley and Silverton and South Albany, just not West Albany. So
now, does that take effect in 2014? Or?
Yeah, I think it would be the 2014 football season. So next year, it'll be the same. It's going to be the same as we've always had. And then the next year is going to be the new where it is. And it's not official yet. They still have meetings to go. But this is if I was West Albany, I'd be a little worried because...
Yeah, there's no change. Every one of the change, no change leaves them in the league with us. They go up to Salem. And if they're thinking they got to make a change and accept one of those three, West Albany would be out. If you're a basketball fan, you might be interested. That's at osaa.org. If we need one more break, we'll take that here. If we don't, we'll stay and get your stats, and we'll find out, do we need a break? If so, the Warriors have won by 1, and we'll be back.
She texted me and said we don't need a break.
That's good.
That's very good.
Get some happy stats tonight. Warriors win it.
They are. They're definitely happy stats. Warriors out-rebounded Parkrose 37-36. Not really too much, but in a 50-49 game, you'd really expect a lot of these stats to be similar. From the free throw line, Parkrose was 9 of 19 at the line, and the Warriors were 14 of 28. 50%. Getting to the line is good. Unfortunately, they are only making about 50% on the year. Turnovers in the game, 24 for Lebanon, 25 for Parkrose. Only 8 turnovers total in the, in the fourth quarter because both teams were hanging on to the ball for a while. Lavelle Lindsay was the leading scorer for Parkrose. He had 15 points. Jonathan Boland had 14 also. He was the second leading scorer for Parkrose. For the Warriors, their leading scorer was Isaac Johnson with 14 points. Ian Smith, I thought he could have a good game tonight, and he did. He had 10 points in the ball game. He really played a lot in the second half, too. 6 points for Tevin Denny off the bench. He played a pretty solid few minutes off the bench. Tim Maddox had 6 points, 7 for Kendall Leopard, 1 for Tyler Romeo. Josh Alley hit a big 3, and Jacob McConnell also had 3 free throws to go with that. CJ Hargis was in foul trouble from the first quarter. He did not get in the books tonight.
Really?
But no.
And they still won.
And they still won, that's right. He was out of there for most of the first half, well, actually most of the second half too, except for in that fourth quarter. So that's I think that's a key that the Warriors were able to win without their point guard or ball handler out there on the court, which is good. Isaac stepped up again tonight, and so did Ian Smith, I thought, with his presence down low.
Well, we have a Kendall Leopard. We have a Research Mannequins player of the game to choose tonight. With the sale and research of mannequins from right here in Lebanon, Kendall Leopard, I thought maybe was one of the candidates at Research Mannequins. They know their stuff. We could use them tonight. It's tough to discern one player. Kendall Leopard did a good job underneath.
He did.
He was a force underneath tonight. He's a sizable player. He used that size to his advantage. But I'm not sure that I would still choose Kendall as the player of the game. It may sound silly, but I thought Tevin Denny, you just referred to him, he came in at a key point in the first half when it looked like the team might be sitting in the locker room by halftime with the multiple fouls that were being called, and he did some good things when he came in, and they were key to keep the Warriors rolling in the first half after they were down 10-0 within a little over 3 minutes in the ball game. Came back, scored 10 points in the quarter, tied, scored 2 more in the second quarter, led 12-10. Then they finally lost the lead at 23-16. They were down by 7. Led by 2 at the half, 2 at the end of 3, and they win it by 1 tonight. And I thought when Tevin came in the second half, he also did some good things.
Yeah, he did. He didn't score a lot. He had 6 points, but when he did score, they were important baskets.
He was not in the game that long, so it's a small contribution, but they were key at the moments that he did those things.
And I want to say he played really good defense. Remember that play where we thought he got a foul, but he didn't, and then he high-fived Kevin Johnson. So obviously Kevin was happy with his defense too. I like that pick. That's good.
And he doesn't see a lot of action. I thought for what he did tonight, player of the game is Tevin Denny.
Yeah.
All right. Warriors win it by 1, and next game is Tuesday night, 7 o'clock against Sweet Home. We're late tonight because the junior varsity game started late as Parkrose, coming down from Portland, got here a little bit late on a busy night on I-5 and a stormy night on I-5. But they picked up the win. That was worth waiting for. They picked up a win by 10. Was that 66-56? And the varsity wins it by 1 tonight. Was that 50-49? I've already forgotten.
50-49, yes.
I'm surprised they took it off the board. You think they'd leave it up for days.
Hey, we're on a 2-game winning streak right now, Ray.
Looking good. You love these games because the wins are so rare. You get excited. But also these close contests. It was terrific here tonight.
And the energy was great, too.
Oh, it's a smaller gym. It's close. It seats a good number of people, as we see from other gyms as well. But it just seems like the crowd is in a little bit closer.
Yeah.
They don't go up as high. There's no double tiers. And they really get involved, and they did tonight, particularly at the end. That was one loud pitch to end the ball game, and the Warriors win at 50-49. See you Tuesday night at 7. Thank you, Chris Adams, back at the station. You always do a good job on the board. We really appreciate that. It's nice from this end. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you're happy you did, because this was one fine high school game.
It was.
Final score. Sit down. Calm down. The Warriors win it at the end. They pull out a win. 2-game winning streak. First time in almost 6 years. Warriors 50. Parkrose 49. Hallelujah. See you Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of Lebanon High School Sports on 1580 KGAL. Warriors basketball has been brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Les Schwab Tires of Lebanon, Bing's Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, and by Wilson Motors. Listen throughout the season for more exciting Warriors basketball action. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, News Talk 1580 KGAL, and Radio Scott Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.